This episode brought to you by Time Life's new Singing Bush, The Collections, the 2000s editions. You're going to get all the great hits, like this one.
Under my umbrella,
And this.
I wanna swing from the chandelier of the chandelier.
And don't forget this 2000 classic.
Everybody, yeah, rock your body, yeah.
So jump out and get it now.
Backstreet's back, alright.
Hey everybody, we are watching Three Amigos and you are listening to Miscast Commentary.
Yes, you are.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow, the World Breaker Murray.
That's right, he is a world breaker, he is a world beater, he is a world starter. Which is good because he's going to beat the world, then he's going to break the world. Then we're going to have a new world. And
New
guess
World
what?
Order. At least, you're going to be mad at me for breaking the world, but then I'll start it again.
Yeah, it's
It'll
gonna
be way better.
Yeah.
Pepsi's free.
Nice. And not Pepsi free, the caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
free
Oh,
version of Pepsi.
God. Oh, God, no.
Put more caffeine in there. Pepsi Jittery.
The new the makers of Jolt.
No, Jolt can't even hold a candle to this.
It's not even a liquid. It's like thick. It's viscous, eh?
You pour it out and it's kind of like a goo, but
Yeah.
then you have to slice it and then just like put it on your tongue and let it
Let
dissolve.
it melt. You can't even, it's like hella hard to even open the can because it's like, oh, jeez. Like, you have to pretty much let a truck run it over.
Yeah. Let's keep in mind that Pepsi, you can still pay us because that's not a real product and you know that.
Nope. We made it up.
Bing! We're giving thumbs up to our camera. So we've got a great one for you today. Three Amigos, Steve Martin Short, beginning their career together. They did so many movies together and projects, and they tour together and they do all these things. This is where it began, people.
Don't forget Chevy.
Chevy Chase.
Chevron.
That's a real vehicle, eh? There is the Chevy Chase.
No. Did they give him one for free?
They better damn well have done. That was more recent, though. I can't
He
remember
needs
what
one.
year.
Oh, he was
but
on Community. He's probably doing all right.
yeah, well, he's no
Probably
longer
got a couple
on Community.
bucks in the bank still.
Do you know why he's not on Community?
Because he hates everything?
No, because it's off the air.
Oh.
Nobody's on Community anymore.
Oh, well, what the hell? Oh, those poor
Childish
people.
Childish Gambino's gone off to lose Emmys. Do the movie.
To lose
Do the-
Emmys.
Do the movie, Lando.
Guy's in like everything.
I know. Oh, I'm really looking forward to him. But we're not talking about Community today,
Nope.
although I will very briefly again when we start talking about Chevy Chase. But
So that was a lie.
but we'll get there eventually. In the meantime,
Together.
let's press play.
Pressing play.
I'm lying. No, I'm lying. I'm gonna boost the volume so
Oh
we can hear it
my.
better.
Now. What a fucking way to start a movie off.
The old Orion.
This song makes me want to make love to a grossly overweight Mexican woman while she's eating tacos.
Oh, nice. I want to do it while she's making tacos, which means you're getting my sloppy seconds. That's why loose meat is called the Sloppy Joe, by the way.
I like that. Fucking right on. Well, loose meat sandwich, huh?
Yeah. So
That's what they say to me when they put their foot under the stall door. They go, Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, it's the truth.
I'm like, are you talking about a loose meat sandwich? And then they hand me one under the door.
I know. What a strong start to this movie, though. It sets the tone 100% like right off the bat. It's just so.
This is like, remember when they used to just write movies for people to star in?
Yeah.
And it's a comedy.
Yep.
And you didn't have to like write it yourself and star in it. Although Steve Martin did that. And
I
he
was
good
just
at
gonna
it.
say he
I know
did.
he did a lot of that.
And he did
but,
it in this movie.
But
Yeah.
these guys, like the movies were just written for people.
Yeah, well, it's because it's like this person deserves a voice.
Yeah, it's like they're an actor, we're writers, that's what
Yeah.
we do. Now all we get is Seth Rogen as Seth Rogen in a Seth Rogen production.
Seth Rogen joint,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, and I'm just like, gee, yeah, hey-o.
We did it.
Good font. Look at the font on this one.
It is a good font. I did not match the font in my notes, though, unfortunately.
Oh.
The most interesting thing, and actually it's something I forgot about this movie, is that it was directed by John Landis.
What else did he do?
He did, obviously, he was the director of like Michael Jackson's Thriller,
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London.
Oh, that's right. That's the one I couldn't. Yeah.
He started off and got his early fame with a Kentucky Fried Movie. He did Animal House and Blues Brothers. So he really did the earliest of the, as I said last week, the technically Saturday Night Live movies, because like Blues Brothers, you had John
Right.
Belushi and Dan Aykroyd and other like appearances and whatnots. And then this movie, there's so many Saturday Night Live people, a couple of people who weren't in Saturday Night Live yet when this came out.
Randy
Like,
Newman.
Yeah, songs by Randy Newman, but you know what else? Written by Randy Newman. This movie is
What?
Randy Newman's only writer's credit.
Really?
Along with Steve Martin and Lorne Michaels, the three of them wrote this movie.
Oh.
And Randy Newman does the
Ba-ba-boo, ba-ba, yeah,
yeah.
ba-boo.
Anybody who doesn't know Randy Newman, yeah, he's the guy who, like, if you watch Toy Story, you got a friend in me. That's him. And now that you know that that's what his voice is, you know every other movie he's ever done. Like, he's got songs
Pretty
in,
much, yeah.
in like Major League and
Oh, it is too. Steve
like
Martin,
all
Lorne
these
Michaels,
other
and
things.
Randy Newman.
And I was kind of like weirded out. I'm like, oh, there must have been another Randy Newman, right? But no, that's
it
the
is
one.
the
It is the Randy Newman.
multi-talented Randy Newman.
And then obviously the other names you saw in there.
John Landis. Wait, well, John Landis is also in Tales from the Crypt, right? He's one of the
He did
executive
it-
producers, right?
And he did a Tales. He
Yeah.
directed an episode and stuff.
Yeah.
He also directed. So like I said, American Werewolf in London, Trading Places, Spies Like
yeah.
Us, Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Damn.
He wrote a lot
Beverly
of those.
Hills Cop
but
3.
He actually started out, which is really good for this too. He started out as a stuntman in spaghetti westerns. He was a stuntman in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
John Landis?
Yeah, he's a
What?
he's like a Yugoslavian immigrant.
That's
who
a
moved-
good piece of trivia right there, man.
Yeah, he moved to Italy and did these things, and then he moved to Hollywood, and he was working in the mailroom
think that's
of
almost-
of the movie studio, and worked his way up.
A great movie, too, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Oh,
It
man.
was so good. But yeah, his specialty was falling off of horses.
No way.
Yeah.
That is a really good piece. That nothing gets a lady's attention like spinning your bullets.
Well, it's kind of scary, isn't it?
I like this chick.
Yeah. This chick is
She's very attractive. I think I've seen her in some other things. as
You
well.
have seen her in one thing for sure. Her name's Patrice Martinez. The only role that I knew her from, she's the receptionist in Beetlejuice. When they die.
Oh, if I would have known then what I know now,
I
I wouldn't have had my little
accident.
accident, which was pooping herself at the movie theater.
Yes.
Gorgeous woman, eh?
Oh my god. This guy.
Look at these guys, eh?
You will never in a million years
Or-
guess
or-
what that guy's
or-
real name is.
Rodrigo.
No. The bartender's name, the actor's name who plays the bartender is Fred Asparagus.
Fred Asparagus.
Yes.
Do you think that Mexicans, when watching this movie now, are like, this is the wrong portrayal of...
They should. If
Although
they
this
don't.
is back in the day, every Western I saw was like this, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Now the only thing that you have against it, it's like, well, look, we're not portraying you guys as you are. This is an old like Western.
They
right?
should
It
come
makes-
out with a guacamole product called El Guaco. And
I
it's
bet-
got his face on it.
I bet they did.
Oh my god. And you can use those Garfield nacho chips that really sucked.
Would you say you can dip a plethora of nachos?
Yes, if it is.
Do you know what a plethora is? Oh, we're not going to get
Yeah,
to
yeah,
let's
yeah.
not get ahead of ourselves.
He looks like man, this guy looks like he was in
Porn?
no, yeah, well, look at that stash. He was a ride on that mustache. Woo! Yeah, me too movement, bro. Oh my god, it is that guy. Did they say Rodrigo before I said Rodrigo?
Rodrigo, the little kid boy is Rodrigo.
No, I know what I was like, what the shit?
Yeah, I know. But I love this kid's voice. He looks vaguely Asian to me.
I was just gonna say he's like the Mexican short round.
Yeah, but I like looking at him though. I was gonna say like if he played like a Vietnam like a Vietnamese soldier in a Vietnam movie next, that wouldn't have surprised me.
Oh, here we go. Oh, black and white. This movie doesn't like. I'm sure you're gonna get there, but like, how much did this cost? I always wonder with these because it's just like a little set, and they're out in the desert, clearly California or something.
This was
right?
actually quite costly, and the reason was they made this kind
Chevy
of like
Chase's pay scale.
well, there was a lot of pay involved for the guys.
Oh my god!
But on top of that, there was a lot of. They made this like an A-list production. Like people were staying in 5-star hotels, and so like the production. Kind of like the back end of the production like that cost them a lot of money. This movie cost $25 million.
Holy shit!
Which is outrageous. Now it made like 39.5 domestically. I don't know how this would have carried in other countries.
How does this movie cost 25?
Well,
sometimes I'm like kind of like, oh wow, it was it was way under what I thought. This is way over. Look at that beautiful Ned Niederlander. What a gorgeous soul.
I like the beauty of the makeup, like that they use that makeup that black that was required in like the silent movies,
an old
but they
like
really
accentuate your lips and your eyes and
but like especially with this guy here, they really like accentuate like they really kind of like put it off. I love this so much.
I like that ball hat this guy's got on.
I remember the first time I saw this, I didn't get the idea of silent film.
Right.
Like, I was probably like 6 when I saw this for the first time.
Yep.
This came out in 86, so I may have been a year.
Don't you always ever wanted to say these lines to somebody? No, you'll fight like lions.
Oh, I'm sure people say it all the time.
Oh, yeah. I heard like the one thing that they all
like the movie trick they do.
in I think he gets a couple shots off, right?
Yeah.
Or like the guy that gets the knife and like the Steven Seagal movie and shoots his machine gun into the air.
But they were just doing like because the guy had the knife in them, and so the one guy moved out from in front of him, type thing, and then,
right,
and the clearly cut banister and things like that.
I love Martin Short so much.
Now it's pretty obvious there, but Steve Martin actually does all his own rope work in this movie.
No way.
He learned how to do it. He was when he worked at a magic shop in Disneyland when he was a teenager. He learned how to use a lasso, and they were just like, "Oh, you know how to use it? Well, we're going to utilize that."
Sweet,
for this cowboy.
Why not?
Movie,
right? I wonder if I wonder what their relationship was like on the set, because I heard that everybody on Saturday Night Live, they all hated each other. Because they all wanted the screen time and this and that, but they all agreed on one thing, was that they all hated Chevy Chase the most. They hated him.
They did. Chevy Chase himself said this is the most fun he ever had working on a project.
This movie.
And I like doing my research. I didn't hear anything
negative
like,
about
particularly
him.
negative about so it was.
Maybe they got along.
It sounded pretty good. Yeah.
Well, Martin Short seems like he'll get along with anybody. You give him a money bag like that, he's in.
And he's one of those guys, like if you ever see him on Conan or anything, he does kind of like a Don Rickles-y kind of like, I'm just gonna make fun of you, and it's like it's hilarious that you're making fun of me.
I hear they have parties at his house still, and it's like the funniest time you'll ever have. Like they just play board games and shit. These celebrities.
Every time I hear about like Conan will talk, like he has no problem name dropping, and he was like, yeah, so I was having this party, and Martin Short was there, and Bill Hader was there, and all these different people. I'm like, well, I would give my soul to just like be the barkeep,
just be a fly on the wall or something.
Jeez.
Why can't I be the guy that like pisses himself and gets kicked out? At least that guy.
I don't want to get kicked out either.
And you know Martin Short was still slaying that room.
Oh,
just slaying it.
You know, anybody who hasn't seen it, Martin Short, for my money,
Clifford.
No, Martin Short's best performance is as Uncle Jack in Arrested Development.
Oh, he's amazing.
When he just falls,
does that deadfall,
and he almost lands on
his
face.
And he doesn't tell Buddy that he's gonna do it, right?
And he was in his 60s when he did that. Like, just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
He'd do anything for a laugh. I was worried because his wife died. I was worried that he was going to take the route of
Rick Moranis.
Yeah, and just be kind of down on it, which he would have every right. But it's sad to see that kind of thing. And but he was
Yeah, but I think the big difference is it happened when he was older. Rick Moranis was younger. He had younger kids who needed him.
Mm-hmm.
See, I fully as much as I miss Rick Moranis as a performer, I totally get it.
Oh, what a good guy!
And I support.
I just say because he kind of lost his funniness too.
Well, but he wasn't really doing it. Like he released a couple of albums that were kind of like songs and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Holy fuck! 23 pesos, Jesus, buddy, that's like his year's rent.
23 peso, yeah.
I dig that guy's glasses though.
I'll give you the 10 peso version. So yeah, like we said, Lorne Michaels, who is a writer producer on this, he wrote on the Phyllis Diller Show and Laugh-In back in the day before he started making his own stuff.
Who?
Lorne Michaels.
Oh.
And then he obviously started SNL. He started Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, I love Kids in the Hall.
He was the executive producer of Portlandia with Fred Armisen.
Right.
And he is the executive producer of Late Night, but all the versions. So Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, and Late Night with Seth Meyers.
That's a good time slot.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
That's the best time slot, man.
Everybody who does that time slot does well.
Does well.
And
Because I think there's less restrictions.
Yeah. And everybody's been able to do their own
You know
thing.
your audience is drunks and stoners and kids that have taken their parents' pills. You know? Come on.
Yeah. I saw a great episode about people taking their there's those Darn Amigos
Those
poster.
darn amigos. There he is, Fat Tony.
Joe Montana. Anybody who recognizes him, obviously he was in like The Godfather 3 and Money Pit and Bugsy. He was in the Rat Pack as Dean Martin.
Oh my
I think it was
God!
Dean
Look
Martin.
who's right there.
Yeah. Oh, look at both of them.
Oh, I saw Phil Hartman. I didn't know it was John Lovitz.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe
I miss
Montana.
you, sir.
Yeah, but back with
I'm
Joe
talking about
Montana.
John Lovitz.
No, I know, but I'm going to Joe Montana. He was in 29 Simpsons episodes as Fat Tony.
Yep.
And he's currently on Criminal Minds. And there you have John Lovitz on the left, Phil Hartman on the right. You know Phil Hartman died almost 20 years ago?
Wow.
It's been that long.
Wow.
It's May of 2008.
Jeez. Thanks,
Or 19,
wife.
sorry, I just fucked that up because that would have been 10 years ago. May of 1998.
Did you notice that all three of these guys have like different style? Like if you look at them, they all have different. Each one of them has like a different kind of hat on.
Yeah, they really worked it. But these guys actually, what's really funny is John Lovitz got Phil Hartman his job on Saturday Night Live. So John Lovitz was there first, and he's like, "If you like me, you're gonna love this guy." And Phil Hartman to this day is one of Lorne Michaels' favorite SNL guys.
Oh
He's
my
like-
God, he was the best.
Well, because everybody else was so wild and their own thing. They were like, he's the one you could depend on. It's
Right.
like if all these other people went away, you had him.
Right.
Right. And it's like, but it's hard. Like, imagine if, when you think about that, or that cast of like your Chris Farley and your Adam Sandler and that, if you lost your Chris Farley and all you were getting was Adam Sandler, that's oversaturation.
Yes.
And the other way too, even with Chris.
Yeah.
But when you pepper in this guy who can do these great voices and be these,
It
great
was always like the
characters,
same voice.
But-
he was so good. Every impression he did was perfect.
and it just always worked. You're just like,
I love this Jimmy Swaggart crying after the. Oh my God.
so good. Yeah, but what was crazy is Phil Hartman, he did a lot of voices and stuff. He was in 53 episodes of The Simpsons, still the most of anybody other than the regulars. He was actually 3 voices in the cartoon Dennis the Menace. He was the dad, Henry Mitchell. He was Mr. Wilson, and he
In the
was,
cartoon.
Yeah, and he was the dog Ruff.
That's the one. That one took him the longest to record. Actually, he had to get into the part.
He's the voice.
Like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling rough here, man. He's like, come on. He's been in the studio for 14 days.
I know. He was the voice of one of the dinks in Spaceballs.
Got some good Simpsons characters in this one, man.
Oh, it's
Did Chevy Chase ever do The Simpsons?
Chevy Chase. No, not to my knowledge.
Martin?
Martin Short did. He did an episode. Steve Martin did an episode. And then you've got, in order of most, Phil Hartman did 53, Joe Montana did 29, John Lovitz did 19.
Nice.
So, but the more interesting thing was John Lovitz, because he's always a different character.
John Lovitz?
John Lovitz, actually, I think I've overshot him. I think he was like 8, but
Right.
it was I just got messed up by the other number. But yeah, it was he's always a different character because he's already Ziff a couple of times.
Right.
But then he's also like he was like the acting coach. And
Yeah.
he was like he's a bunch of different.
And he was the critic on there, too.
Oh, he was the critic on there. Obviously, The Critic, another great show. I feel like this is like now that's a role that somebody would get if they won like a contest, or
yeah.
like a silent auction. And you stay out of here.
Do they
and
do that a
you'll
lot, or
never
what?
come-" Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah?
Or it's
like you win a
friend-
contest that you're on the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at this Telegram guy.
I like those little moments where they're like, it's so old school staged. It just makes it funnier. to me.
Right.
It's just like, hey, great. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that letter showed up at the right time.
The
Poor
hats are
guys,
fantastic.
fired. What do you think they were pulling down back then for the big ones, for the movies?
Like, well, apparently the film industry was garbage back then. Like, it's like what they did. We took care of you. We put you up in a home. Like, you live like a rich
Oh, we just
person.
own you.
You live like a rich person.
You might
but
not
you
get
have
paid a lot,
nothing.
yeah. Like right now, or they're on the street in their undies. At least they let them keep their hats.
Apparently, in the early 2000s, I don't know if it was still up, but there was a show called Fame Academy in England, and it was
Kind of like Big Brother,
no, well,
only with less
it had-
nudity.
it was like a combination of like a lot of things because it was a singing thing, but you like learned with the people, but then people got voted off like Big Brother. It was a crazy kind of thing, but then at the end when you won, you got like a record contract and you got money and you got a sports car and you got invited to all these parties. But then once a year was done, everything gets taken away. Like you get to keep your money as a prize, but like the life goes away unless you've
Oh
earned
my
the life
God!
for
Anything
yourself.
that you have, your
Yeah.
dog,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
girlfriend's like, see ya. She's like a plant, like Sharon Stone in Total Recall.
Yeah,
You weren't in love with me? No, baby, it's just 1 year.
all
It's in the
paid.
contract.
Yeah, it's all over.
This is great.
It's like the terrible conversation that dude has with Scarlett Johansson and her. Of course, I'm in love with every man. It's
How
like
many
I'm
people are you in
upper-
love with now? 150 something?
Yeah.
He just didn't get it, right? She's a friggin' robot.
Yeah, He
I like that movie.
it, was,
It is, right?
it was a good movie. Oh, this is hilarious. He does really good sounds. Like he's not a sound effect guy or anything like that, but he's always like, and he does it later too, like where he's like the Farley.
Oh, yeah.
Like he just makes these funny sounds. But just to talk about him for a moment, like he started writing on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, and he wrote on a lot of comedy hours, the Glenn Campbell Good Time Hour, Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour. Then he started writing his movies, and he did The Jerk, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, The Man with Two
Awesome.
Brains, Roxanne, L.A. Story, Bowfinger. He wrote the Pink Panther movies, not the original ones, but the remake ones that he
Right.
starred in. He appeared in Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. He was in the Muppet movie. All of Me with Lily Tomlin.
Amazing movie.
It was a great
Oh my
movie.
God, that movie, my sister rented it every single time we went to the effing
Yeah,
video store. Every time.
really.
She rented All of Me. Man.
Yeah. Todd's probably biggest. I'm speaking out of turn, but maybe not. Your best inspiration from Steve Martin was the dentist in Little Shop
Oh,
of
yeah.
Horrors.
Oh, yeah.
That was, we always talked about doing that play, and that was Todd's go-to. He's like, that's who I want to be.
I
He's like,
want to be Steve
and
Martin.
and
so
I
bad.
wanted to be the voice of Audrey too, more than anything.
That's funny because usually I just want to be the guy with the most lines.
Yeah.
But then that one, I was like, no fucking way. I was
No.
like, I want to be dentist so bad.
I want impact. That one, and like what a great play it is. But I mean, the Seymour character is fine, but he's not. Like,
That's another
so
one we
out
could
there.
do. Man, that's an awesome movie. The
Oh,
one with
wow.
all these guys in it.
I love that. I took Abby.
John
last,
Candy and Rick Moranis
Yeah.
and
Oh man, everybody. Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yep.
Everybody's somebody.
Oh God,
Oh.
here comes the fucking Nazis just to
So-
ruin everybody's party.
So here's Fred Asparagus as the bartender again.
He was like saying his name.
I do, but you know, he was the only role I knew him from. He was in Spinal Tap as Joe Mama Besser, who was one of the
Joe Mama.
Yeah, who was one of the
What
drummers
did you just
that
fucking say
died.
about my mom?
She's a hot lay.
Yeah, well
Yeah.
that's true.
That's what everybody said.
That's what all the kids are
Uh,
saying. He looks like he's got a slice. Is that a character slice or is that a real German slice?
That would be it'd be very interesting to know that they just put a slice on his face for no reason.
Okay, you know what? This guy, they keep showing this guy. He looks like I've seen this picture in lots of bars.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, a Mexican dude's face and he's kind of like got his eyes up like he's loaded. He looks like the guy from the picture, and I wonder if they're
Basing
doing
that
a
on
thing
that?
there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it almost looks like it's painted in wax or something.
Yeah.
The picture.
I don't know. I'm just really wishing right now that Sam Elliott was playing this
Oh my
cowboy.
God. Sam Elliott plays 4 out of 5 mustaches in this movie.
Yeah. I just think of like how good with his voice. How won't you come over here and
I don't
sit
think
on
I can
my
make it
lap?
then, man. Like I'm
Ford
down.
tough.
I'm down with the you want to see sarsaparilla. The who would you rather be here? What would you rather wear, the Mexican gear or this German guy's like aviator cap? And I think the chaps are fucking cool though, eh?
I don't know. I like the German outfit, but give me the bandoliers. The bullets.
You can have like a new style
Yeah.
German Mexicali.
Yeah. but I'll put the bandolier underneath. So then it's like when it's time to fight, I like
Open
expose
it.
and it's
Like John Woo slow-mo. A couple
Yeah.
doves fly out.
It's like
And
that.
they also are wearing bandoliers.
I'm totally on board with this. I will just have a bandolier full of like stuff. Like I'll just have like rolled up money in each one. It's like I pay for.
Each one. Well, this one's just a picture of me signed.
Yes, I sign.
Yeah.
Just in case somebody ever asks for my autograph and I don't have a pen.
One-
The rest people are always asking for my autograph, but I usually have a Sharpie.
Yeah. And one bullet, it's
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yes.
Just so people think you're not fucking around.
And that's the one I'm going to use to kill myself. And the way I kill myself, diabetes.
They everybody out there, everybody listening is like, me too. A couple heart attacks. Couple of near misses.
Look at all just the full bottles that people are
I
buying.
still think they should do like the Westworld, like where you can go and stay in a whole actual town. You get, a character, maybe get into some gunfights. I think it happened at Fantasy Island.
It's literally.
Didn't it happen at Fantasy Island where there was a
they had-
gunfight, or was it Wonderland? And the guy got
It
shot
was-
and he fell off the
It was
roof.
It was at
and-
Martin's Fantasy Island. in,
Martin, man, he really cleaned up the place.
In what was the
Buffalo,
name of this?
isn't it
Well,
Buffalo?
it was nearby, but it was like Grand Island, New
Or
York.
something, yeah.
Yeah, but I could kill somebody. I love. I love that everybody's just so afraid of the. That guy's such a
God, he's
racist
just hating
stereotype.
on him.
Now that I know his name's Fred Asparagus and not like something Rodriguez, I'm like, what a racist asshole this guy. Like it's
Fred
like,
Asparagus.
It ruins
I feel
everything.
like he's someone
for
to
me.
talk, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any Mexiface happening in this movie? I haven't seen anybody yet.
Not yet.
We haven't seen any white people dressed up as Mexicans.
No beige facing.
Yeah, beige face. That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah. It's because they just add a lighter brown, but then mixed with their thing.
Just tequila.
Just to go back to Steve Martin, just because I have so much on
Yeah,
him.
go.
Yeah, so we talked about the movies he was in, like Little Shop of Horrors, Planes, Trains, Automobiles, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Father of the Bride, Parenthood. He was in Baby Mama, like later on type thing. He's not only an accomplished banjo player, he does that bluegrass stuff with the
He's amazing.
band. He's a really good player, but I mean,
I think he won a Grammy.
I was getting concerned though, because I was like, are you just giving up on everything else and you're just a banjo player now?
I know.
But that being
What's
said,
the man? He's contributed heavily.
yeah, well, and
Let him go off into banjo land.
And the fact that my list continues a lot beyond this is proof of that. He was also in the horn section for an album for a BB King live album.
Really?
He played horns for BB King.
Wow,
I don't
this
know
man
what-
is multi-talented.
He's a trustee at the LA Museum of Art. He has the most SNL appearances at 25, other than like cast
Yeah, he was big
members.
back in the day.
He's the only person to host 3 times in one season. He's the only person to host a season premiere, a season finale, and a Christmas episode.
No way.
Like just crazy. And then he had a ton of writing. He's a member of Mensa. And then he's got a ton of...
Which means he's a super genius.
Yes. And then he's got a ton of books and plays and stuff like that. You had the book Pure Drivel.
I did. It was good.
And that
It
was
was
a
really
great
good.
book. And then I had a bunch of his plays.
I had Cruel Shoes as well,
Nice.
which was funny.
But I had Picasso with the La Panagile and other plays. And then
Hey, you
I
wrote
had
a lot of serious ones. Shop Girl.
Shop Girl I still have, and I have the Underpants.
It's a great song.
Oh, my little... It's,
Remember?
And it's the physicality of the dance too. It's
I like the
just
words.
bananas. Oh, it's
And like
perfect.
where they are singing this tune, right?
Oh, it's just. But what kills me is what was the impetus? Like, what movie did they do, or what performance did they do that necessitated this when they were like caballeros, right?
Right.
It's just crazy. This movie actually took like 6 years to get it made. So
Dear God.
So they wrote it with, again, this cast was not the cast. They wrote this with, as always, John Belushi was in mind to be one of the characters. It was supposed to be Steve Martin, John Belushi, and Dan Aykroyd. And then that wasn't going, and then they ended up doing the Blues Brothers
I can't see
instead.
John Belushi in this movie.
He doesn't work.
I don't think he fits. I'm not the biggest John Belushi fan. I didn't really find him funny.
I did sometimes, but I didn't find him, like, people are like,
They
oh,
like
he's the best.
idolize him. Yeah,
They're
and I'm like,
he's the best we
what?
ever had.
Like,
Saw a great documentary. Its name sort of escapes me. Yeah, its name escapes me, but it was about the National Lampoon. And I know I just really put the emphasis on poon there, but whatever.
Poon.
Poon. But it was like Funny, Stupid, Brilliant, Dead or something like that. I can't remember the exact name, but I just saw it. And it was all about that, but it showed not only the magazine,
Right.
in which John Hughes was a big writer for it, which is
Nice.
where the vacation movies came from.
John Hughes is
And-
amazing. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah. And
That's him, right?
Yeah, well, and
It was an
Vacation.
awesome movie.
And Christmas Vacation, like those were originally stories in National Lampoon's magazine, but then they had the performing bit where it was Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, Brian Doyle Murray, Harold Ramis, and Gilda Radner.
Nice.
And then Saturday Night Live came around and stole Chevy Chase and Gilda Radner, and then eventually Bill Murray, and like kind of like tore that stuff apart. And
From National Lampoon.
yeah, from
Didn't that start
National
at Yale or something, or like
there's the Harvard Lampoon,
right?
And yeah, I think that there were people who started that who moved on.
Like Conan,
But-
wasn't he? Then,
yeah.
From Harvard to the National Lampoon.
Yeah, but it was like those guys all worked together and stuff like that for such a long time over things, and also Ivan Reitman helped direct the performances there,
Right.
And like so, like the amount of names and stuff were just bananas. It's one of the funniest jokes that I didn't get when I was a child.
I know,
So
it's such a good
It was like
joke.
the little balls. I was like, I didn't understand for the life.
I have to
of me.
turn. Like, I'm watching this movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't seen it in so long. I'm like, I'm right into
I
it.
know. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, but
I think we could pull that off. I want to go to Comic Con as the Three Amigos and have your little Chihuahua be
oh my
Martin
God,
Short.
Nothing racist about that. But
Hey, I didn't even think about that. Fucking right on. He does actually have a Chihuahua. There's
Nice.
Buddy. He was a vampire in Vamp. This guy's
oh,
in
is he?
everything. Right, this
the
guy.
on the right.
Yeah.
He looks like he would be a Schwarzenegger stuntman.
Yes, he's in a lot of shit.
Yeah. I like that they go right back. It's like the first people you see that look different are definitely the most dangerous ones. And
They
then
have
anybody
it's a
after
mistaken identity. They think that the Amigos are hard asses, and they think, well, now they. Those railings were broken before, man. They really put this place together fast.
Yeah. Well, they probably prepared.
They're
for this all
used
the
to
time,
it.
right? I
It's
feel
probably
like that
like
guy
they're-
should have been in Spaceballs or something like that.
I think
where
so,
he just
too.
came up, he's like, I need a vacation, and then he's gone again.
It's like his line.
Um,
The bar probably falls apart. Like, you just lean on a railing, it explodes into splinters.
yeah.
Breakaway chairs, because they know every day, probably at the same time, it's going to erupt into violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Originally, Steven Spielberg was going to be the director of this.
No way.
And he was offered it, and he turned it down so he could do E.T.
That's not a bad.
No,
that's all right.
He did the right thing,
Yeah,
no
that's
matter
cool.
what. But
Well, he's Steven Spielberg. He does
Yeah.
the right thing no matter what. Even if it's the wrong thing, when Steven does it, it's the right thing.
yeah, exactly. It's but they asked him who his cast
Cute
would have
little
been,
donkeys.
and Steve Martin still would have played the role he's
A
in.
CG alien.
Yes, it's,
Steve Martin.
and a dinosaur.
Yeah.
No, it would have been Steve Martin. He wanted where was it? Bill Murray instead of Chevy Chase,
Okay.
and Robin Williams instead of
Martin Short.
Martin Short. And I was sitting there and I'm like, you can't get better than Martin Short was so perfect in
Yes.
this role, but I could see the want
Like
for
it's
Martin.
exactly,
because
or
he,
Robin.
At the time he was a young comedian coming up. So I mean he fits in the mold of the Ned Niederlander. But like Martin Short he owned it so well, and
Oh,
he looks
yes.
like such a kid against these two in this movie.
Do you
Like-
think that Robin would have been all right in here? I like Robin a lot. Did Robin and Steve Martin or any of these guys do anything?
Together,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I wonder if they hung out though, because they all went to like cocaine parties back in the day. So they did.
I'm sure. No, I'm sure.
And
that they,
I wonder if they were hanging out. Because I know Robin Williams I think he was hanging out with the SNL guys for a while.
I'm sure, and not to mention
And
the
Richard
fact-
Pryor. Like, he'd
Yeah.
walk into a room and there'd be like Belushi,
Yeah.
Martin Pryor, and friggin' Robin Williams sitting at a table.
Yeah.
I don't think, though, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Steve Martin partook in the drugs and things.
I think he did. Like, I think he never went further than pot.
Right.
Like anything.
Yeah,
that
exactly. Like, I
ever-
don't think he was into. I think I remember reading that somewhere.
He's a little more old school than even those guys, though. Like, he didn't get famous right at like the height of that, where it was like, oh, quick, cocaine is your pay.
Right.
You know, like he was.
It's not.
He was.
You
al-
liar.
Like when Saturday Night Live started, he was already a famous comedian.
right.
Right. So it's. I love that they're in one bed together. But yeah, to my knowledge, he didn't really get into anything heavy or anything like that. But where he would have known Robin from is the fact that he's a stand-up, and that Robin was a stand-up. That's where those guys would have fallen in together more than anything.
Have you ever been in a situation where there's only one bed and your one male friend will not share it with you?
All the time.
I have. And it's literally like, okay, well, there's one bed. Let's just take one half and take the other half. And they're like, no, I'm not sleeping in bed. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. I just know.
Just because I grabbed your balls on the bus doesn't mean I'm going to try something here.
No, it's because you didn't grab my balls on the bus that I'm not.
Punishment.
You lost your chance. 2 people were in this movie that got cut out. Like, they filmed scenes that got cut out. Fran Drescher was in this movie.
Oh my God.
I'm assuming it was in the Hollywood period of time because
Nope.
there's no other.
She played El Guapo. She played the Mexican male villain.
Would you say that there's a plethora of pinatas? No, and then Sam Kinison played one of the Mexican bandits.
No.
And I'm assuming he went, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Ah!
I think you're way off the mark.
Yeah.
I think he had
I'm
a
sorry, he
dramatic
went-
monologue
Yeah.
that was just too much, and it took the tone of the movie off. You'd start crying,
I remember when I first started depending on the tequila.
Yeah, exactly. It was a dark day, the day that my mother was murdered in cold blood by the Despergachos.
I wonder if there was somebody whose job was to find the perfect, like, people to be like Mexican bandits, because everybody in this movie,
What a waste.
I know, that's how you did, man.
Jeez, you could have got glass in a
You
horse's
did
eye.
you did one of 2 things. Oh, I guarantee you they got glass in a horse's eye. There's no way that didn't happen. But
It's in the credits.
yeah. But yeah, like, these guys just look so perfect. I'm not even convinced that they're all like Mexican or any form of
Well,
Latino.
I think the one guy
2 of
might
them
have
are white.
been. Yeah, I think one guy out of these 3 was white.
He was just like had.
Oh yeah.
This is like I always picture that this is like the sister wives.
This is what I do with my sister wives.
Yeah.
Dress them up like some.
See, now that I hear her
Mexicans.
voice, how did I not put together that she was in Beetlejuice?
You look at eh?
That girl looked. She looked kind of white.
What's the deal with the fuck? What do you call it? The little Mexican dress there.
Wow. It's how they
It's
dress.
like the tarp, the cloth tarp that they're wearing. What the hell is the name of it?
I have no idea.
The kid was wearing it. The gunslingers
the
all wear it.
poncho?
The poncho. Jesus.
The cloth tarp. They cover themselves with those tarps.
You slap a hole in it.
Do they not have any other clothes? That just occurred to me because I mean
No.
they weren't prepared to get.
No. They're yeah.
They weren't prepared to perform, but they were all putting on their caballero clothes.
Yeah, they went and stole it.
Well, I know they went and stole, but I'm like, they didn't get any other clothes while they were there. Or?
I feel like that's the type of Jesus picture where the eyeball is watching you in the night, you know?
I'm pretty sure all are. Like, I have so many pictures in here, and I assume there's somebody on the other side.
And
of
that
every
was
one of
your
them.
job.
Yeah.
It's got to be your eyeball in there looking around.
Do you know how I assume that they are? Because I have a giant poster next to us of Breakfast at Tiffany's, and it's never looking at me. You know how it always feels like the eyes are following you?
It's too good for you.
This one's looking off to the side going, I'm not
Come
looking
on.
at that.
Yeah,
fucking
she's like,
loser."
no.
Oh, for sure.
Actually, she is looking. The moment we start the podcast, then she looks away in shame.
No doubt.
The Cruella de Vil, gigantic, like, so
I-
somebody 4 tables over is getting your cigarette smoke and not you. Like, look at that thing.
I know. I had a sombrero very similar to that I got from my grandfather when he was in Mexico.
I remember that
You did-
sombrero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very, like, it had a white fringe
Yeah,
on the
it was
outside that This
awesome.
one doesn't, but
It's
I
too
like
bad you can't wear like a sombrero to school when you're in grade 6 because all the kids are like, then the next day they've got sombreros and they're saying they started it.
See, if I still had it when I was in high school, I probably would have worn it all the time.
What?
If I had it when I was in high school, I probably would have worn it all the time.
Oh man, I know, right?
Everything about my clothing choices said, I don't give a shit.
Isn't that what you're trying to say now too?
What? Not much, man. Again, it's more indifference than anything else.
Tequila's like the drink of choice. I don't think they've had a drop of water in months.
Yeah,
Tequila's fucking gross.
You'd think everybody would be dead. I find all alcohol gross. I just
You
don't
don't
get
even
it.
know.
I've tried.
You didn't try
stuff.
nothing.
I tried.
You
know,
gotta get wasted.
My wife spit beer into my mouth one time. She
That
came
was
up to
pretty
me, She was like,
sexy.
"Give me a kiss," and I went to give her a kiss, and she
Ew.
like had a sip, and she literally, as I kissed her, she spit beer into my mouth just to fuck with me. And
I
like,
had a
oh my
girlfriend
God.
do that to me, and it was like so nasty.
That's how
I
we
think
lo-
that in
yeah.
that moment you are allowed to punch her right in
Well,
the
that's
baby
how
maker.
she lost her first baby because I
Oh.
kicked her down a flight of stairs.
Good, well, she earned it.
I love that I love the idea of like missing the line.
Line.
In this. It's just it's hilarious because it's a. I don't know. It's just brilliant. And this format obviously has gotten a huge, like, it has been kind of remade a few times. Like, Galaxy Quest is basically this movie.
I love that.
angle.
Like,
It's
it's
the lockdown
I was
camera.
literally just thinking about, the end plot of the movie, and I was like, man, there's so many movies that do this, like, ruse at the end where it's not the...
Yeah. Well, no, it's beyond that, though. Actually, that's taken from them. I love that angle where the lockdown camera.
Or like when they're swinging, like somebody's being swung around,
Yeah.
and the camera's from the person swinging you. You know what I mean? God, I love it.
It's the way it locks in. It's kind of like when they do that drunk thing where the camera's locked onto you and you're like walking like
Yes.
this. It's just, there's something weird about the angle that throws you off. But I like, because I would have loved to have been there for that scene, because they didn't just do that for 5 seconds. They probably each did that for 5 minutes, just dicking around with their guns and being crazy and whatever. And then they just did whatever was most different from each other.
You did it.
I love the idea.
I feel like I've seen that kid in something else too,
Modern Family.
or something, right?
No, I don't know.
As a kid, though.
Yeah, the Elian Gonzalez story.
Where is this? California?
They shot this in Arizona.
Ah,
They shot this in Tucson.
Tucson.
Tucson, yeah.
Only 2 things come from Tucson.
Who?
Oh.
It's just guys who play for the University of Tucson.
right.
In Queen. It was funny because you had mentioned Rick Moranis earlier and comparing him with Martin Short. John Landis said if he couldn't get Martin Short, which this was his first like starring role in a movie, Martin Short, his backup choice was Rick Moranis.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Oh God. So this is El Guapo here, and he's played by Alfonso Arau.
He's great.
But you know what's really crazy? He was in a movie. Well, he was in Romancing the Stone.
Yep.
But he was also in a movie in 1970 called Los Tres Amigos. The Three Amigos.
What?
And this is not a remake of that movie. It's a completely different movie. I actually looked it up today because I was kind of like, oh my God, is that a remake? Is that a remake? So I started like looking at, I looked through it. I had to find it on like Wikipedia, or not Wikipedia, like Movie Phone or something, because
Right.
the synopsis wasn't.
Oh, here we go. Here,
IMDb.
wait a second. Wait.
No, this isn't the scene.
Oh,
It's
this
the
is the-
next-
you know,
no,
is that
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about. There's a moment that makes us laugh so hard every time at one of these party scenes, but it's at El Guapo's place when they're partying down here. They sure love their fireworks in Mexico.
I love it too, man. Music, drinking tequila. Fuck, man, you get drunk off tequila. God almighty, it's awful.
I don't.
Oh.
I love classic Martin
Yeah.
Short. Martin for Short physicality is just the best stuff.
That's just Buddy there. He's doing. What's his name? Grimley.
Grimley.
Grimley, yeah.
He's just. I was about to say Wilford Grimley.
Wilford Brimley. Oh,
Actually,
dancing
that
around.
one Mexican guy in the middle looked like him a lot. This is where Chevy Chase is at his funniest right here. This kind of moment is just like he does a lot of funny little things, and like he had a little war with John Belushi too. So I'm glad that they weren't in this together. Oh, this little saying's so good. But I like them standing around. It looks like a painting, like an old like Mexican paint. I wonder if they kind of did.
It
that on
probably
purpose.
was, yeah.
But like, because everybody's standing so still, right? But
It's just like, what the fuck was that?
yeah. But
This is his real skills at work.
yeah. But the
Whoa.
yeah, I know, right? But the idea of
It's like
Chevy
already
Chase.
a hoop, right?
Yeah, he had said about like what's his face there, because after he left Saturday Night Live, he said like they were asking like why they didn't get along and stuff, and he's like, oh, I think it was because he was jealous that I was like the breakout star of the first season and not him, and he's like, but he actually did say he's like John was the ringer of the group. He's like everybody thought it was gonna be him,
Right.
And he's like I don't really know what to tell you, right? So, but like you get these moments from Chevy that are so good. Like even when he did a sketch on Saturday Night Live a little while ago. It was like a 5-timers club thing or something like that. And he was on the phone, and then he just did this thing for like about 10 seconds where he just didn't quite know how to hang up the phone. And it was hilarious. And
He was very slapsticky.
Yeah. It was very, very slapsticky.
This is me. This is me with every woman I've ever been with. Yeah, just like, you want to kiss? Sure. And then I'm just leave the room. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. And then I'm just like, afterwards, I'm like, wait, I think she wanted to kiss me. Fuck. And then the next day she's going out with some jock asshole.
I know.
You know? Fuck. This is the best right here, eh?
See, I like him because he had his own career. as well. Like the other guys, you assume they had acted before, but he was like a famous child actor.
Who, Martin?
Martin, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause there's like Little Nettie Knickus was his name.
Oh, the character.
Yeah.
Right. Like he was a child star who came up right, and then he became an amigo.
Yeah. I wish that what I would have done in this movie, or if I were to remake this movie, is he was the replacement amigo. Like an amigo died or something like that.
And so they hate him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It took him a long time. He's still
Yeah.
like they know anything.
Yeah. Or,
right? Like,
well, you do it one way. It's either he's really trying to find his place, or he's way more famous than them. They
Right.
hired a really famous guy to replace the other one. And but
Kevin
yeah,
Spacey's available.
yeah, you can get him for anything
Oh,
right now.
hell
He's
yes.
actually going to be in our next video.
We had to make sure there's a lot of young boys on the set, but you got to do what you got to do for the heavy hitters to show up.
It's fine. I'd like
Look
to
at-
thank
see,
my
this is
daughter's
tequila.
school. Yeah.
This is tequila.
What else do you think they did while they slept in that bed together?
Holy God!
This
Now,
is
when
why
that
men
tequila
don't
gets
share
into you,
beds
that's
together.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Because every single one of our like latent homosexuality comes out.
Yeah.
As long as you don't look at the penis, you can suck it all day.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
even count.
It's not gay. It's just like it's like eating a steak but forgetting to chew.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I eat like a snake. I'm tired of chewing. When I get all my teeth
out of your
removed.
mouth.
Like a Muppet. I eat like Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Most of it falls out.
Yeah. So a lot of people in this movie are not only Canadian but nearby Canadians for us.
They lived close to Canada.
No.
Right close to the border.
No, but I mean like near, like they were in Canadian cities that we live near. So like Lorne Michaels was from Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Martin Short's from Hamilton, and Phil Hartman was born in Brantford.
Beauty. A lot of SNL Canadians up in this fucking one.
Yeah.
Go Canada.
See, and it's just crazy to me because like you see it now and you're like, oh, everything's
There's
it's
more
like, oh, they just went and got all SNL guys, but like two of these guys were in this before they were in SNL. Dude didn't start until 89.
Who?
Lovitz, I think. He was
Yeah.
88
Yeah.
or 89. So I like that they're doing the same performance.
Yeah.
and
He's like, they
everything.
think they have another show going on here. Well, Martin Short was more of like a ringer.
Yeah.
Like after the first cast left, and then
Oh,
they
he
were like,
was a-
"Fuck, what are we gonna do here?" Then they brought Billy Crystal and him.
He was a part of the 80s group
Yeah.
that had like John. I also had
Joe
Christopher Guest.
Piscopo. No.
No, that was a bit before. It was, but yeah, it had Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer
Right.
and those guys. They did they had to do a lot of like things like that because they did that one year where they tried to get young people and it was Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
and Anthony Michael Hall
And Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Well, that was around, I think close. That was the Eddie Murphy time.
Oh my God, I love
she
that.
was there.
I
Yeah.
love that
It's-
move they made up.
It's just as good on the horse as it is on in the.
Oh my
crowd.
God, the chicken almost got run over.
Yeah.
Talk about animal fucking rights, man. There
Hef-
it is. There it is
yeah.
again.
Hefe, who's sitting next to El Guapo there, is Tony Plana. You might know him best from Ugly Betty. He was also in Desperate Housewives, but he was in JFK.
He played Terry Hatcher.
Yeah, he did. He was, but he was in JFK, Nixon. He was in 24. He was most recently in The Punisher and the Lethal Weapon TV series.
Sweet.
So he's actually got quite a career.
Not doing too bad. That Lethal Weapon show is supposed to be good.
And to show where his career was at, he actually turned down Platoon to be in this movie.
No.
And it was specifically because he had just shot what was it called? He shot Salvador,
Right.
and it was a tough shoot. And then he realized that and then he also realized that so that was a tough shoot, and he knew that Platoon was going to be a tough shoot.
Right.
And he's like, I just want to do something easy. And he heard about this. It was going to be a 5-star thing, and it was going to be there in the States. So like it was just a simpler production for
I don't
him. so he
picture any
just turned it
grass like in in Arizona. I
Yeah.
picture just nonstop desert.
down. Yeah. No, there's
You've been to Arizona, haven't you?
No.
You have a picture of Roadrunner. There's real Roadrunners
Yeah.
out there.
My mother went to Arizona. My grandfather, after my grandmother died, he moved to Arizona for like the
Is that a
winters.
real? Was that a real picture? Remember you had that picture? It was like
was
a blur, but you could see
No,
it.
it was a real picture of a roadrunner, but it's not like they took it. It was like a postcard or something.
Right.
Like that. Yeah.
Man, that fucker was moving. He was kind of
Yeah.
a blur.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if that was fake or not.
No, it was real. It's
That
again.
was wicked.
I don't know how fast
The
they
word
actually
bubble in the
left.
picture said meep meep.
It did say meep meep, and there was a coyote trying to hit him with an anvil. It was quite a situation.
Hilariously violent.
If you want to see something really weird and funny, follow Connor Ratliff on Twitter. He live tweets old episodes of Looney Tunes,
Really?
and he did like all of the he did all the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote ones in a row, and I actually tweeted to him. I'm a fan of his, and I tweeted to him. I'm like, what? And he's like, finally, like a good episode or whatever. I'm like, what's the difference between a good episode? And he tweeted back with a nice, like a good explanation
of what makes it good Looney
and
Tunes and what.
He was like, there's a certain period of time when the animation was just lazy, and it was like this kind of stuff, and he's like, and everything just seemed kind of uninspired, like just they just rehabbed. It's like they did exactly this gag before, they just did them in different things.
Just redoing
like I mean,
it.
a lot of them are similar in ways, but like he's like, then you'd get to ones where it's like the animation was really good, and then they did their best to put real plays on things like that. Or like the way it fell apart was different, and it was good. It was like he actually had a real thoughtful reason, not like just like, oh, it's this era. Fuck these guys.
Well, he's been watching, right? He had a very educated opinion on. Yeah,
it's like real big comic fans who are like, oh, Deadpool, when this guy wrote it, it was garbage.
Right.
It wasn't until like Brian Posehn started writing it that it was good again.
Did he?
He did write for a while.
Deadpool?
Yeah, he did. Paul Scheer wrote some Deadpool. A lot of comedians have written.
Maybe we've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know which one we did. There was a piece of trivia, the one before or the one before that was so good. But I think you've had some real ones that come close today.
Yeah. Well, I try my best.
I was trying to think of what it was. Fuck, was it ever a good one?
You know how much I have?
Like afterwards, I was at home, like on the toilet, and I was like, "Man, that was some good fucking trivia, man."
That was some good shit. Speaking of good shit, plop plop plop. But I like this idea. I don't remember Galaxy Quest that well, but in this, speaking of Paul Scheer, he's writing the TV remake of Galaxy Quest that's coming out next year.
Is Tim Allen in it?
No.
Damn, I really like that movie.
He's too busy calling
Al
people
Rickman.
liberal cucktards. Yeah, I know, but yeah, I think he'll do a good job at it, and I recalled liking the movie, but it's this movie again, except it's in space,
right?
And it's stereotypical aliens instead of stereotypical Mexicans.
Pretty soon, there's going to be like aliens are going to come here and they're going to be mad because of the way that we have portrayed them in movies.
Could you imagine?
It will be the new like hashtag Me Too movement. Only it's aliens.
Yeah.
Will people care? America will be like, get out of my country, you alien, and they'll actually,
go back.
If you don't like it, then you get the hell out.
Go back to Mars.
Yeah,
which is basically like when you tell like a Pakistani person go back to India. I've never been to India, but
I'm not even from space. I'm from under the ocean. You guys are so racist.
I'm obsessed now with that one Mexican who does look like Mexican Wilford Brimley. after I did the Wilford Brimley joke and then I saw him and now I'm like obsessed with that. He's so good in this.
I know. I love him.
Tony Plana. I did not
Is that
know,
him? Tony Plana?
No, this is Arau. Alfonso Arau is El Guapo, but Jefe is Tony Plana, and they're both so good. But like he's such a good like snotty henchman kind of guy. Like he's
they're funny though too. I like because they're funny.
They both are.
A lot of comedic movies, the bad guy's not funny, and the other guys are.
Yeah, usually, the way you get comedy out of the bad guys is the one guy's over mean, and then the other guys are just like really incompetent or whatever.
Yes. Good music. Dun, 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 dun.
This kind of reminds me of the Prima Nocte in Braveheart.
Right. I like how he says that this
woman.
town is no longer under my protection, so now he and his people are destroying it.
Yeah.
So it was under protection, you were protecting it from yourself?
Yeah, well, that's how the mob works, isn't it?
It's like, tie me up, because I'm going to be a werewolf soon. I feel like chickens are being run over all the time in this movie. It's killing me, okay? At least they better have eaten them or banged them.
Or both.
One or the other.
Both. Yeah, if that's actually how Chicken Kiev was born, was people who banged them first.
And what do you call it when it's like chicken cordon bleu, where it's like broccoli and cheese inside the chicken right there too, buddy.
What's Todd's ejaculate looks like. Where's all this fire coming from? And I'm not talking the explosion.
The tequila.
I guess
every house has got like barrels full of tequila for bathing and washing other things like your tequila glasses.
I hear you, because I was gonna say that like dynamite doesn't create fire, but then also they like the one guy just had a torch that he threw through a window. I'm like, where'd that torch come from? Did you just hold it out in the sun and wait for it to burst?
Yeah,
which is possibly a thing.
You dunk your stick into a thing of tequila, hold it up to the sun. Moments later, it explodes into flames.
I remember when we were in. We were just talking about this.
Ooh, they are disappointed that the Amigos aren't what they thought they were. Did they get the bullet out of his arm, or did it just graze him?
I don't know. I think it got. I'm
He's
guessing
got a bullet in his damn arm.
I'm guessing a through and through, so it doesn't make its way to the
Through and then back around and back through the same hole?
No, in one hole, out a new hole. Out your asshole.
What did you in one hole, out a new hole?
Yeah,
I watched
creates-
a movie with that exact title last night.
God. Well, you watched the first 3 minutes of it.
That's right.
They didn't even get to the sex scene.
I don't even
Todd-
get that far. Come on.
Todd is a huge fan of pizza delivery. He just gets off on it. He's like, oh my God. What's
rewind.
on it? What's on it? I'll tell you what's on it. But we were...
Random grunting? What does that even mean?
yeah, that's how...
Oh, he's kidnapped his girl.
Yeah. But when we were in Vegas, or we were talking the other day about when we were in Vegas, and Carrie was like, yeah, when we were there, it was 44 degrees Celsius, which is it's like 120 Fahrenheit. I don't know exactly, but it's a lot.
Right.
It's hot. And when it was that, it was like 48 in Arizona. It's
Fucking
like
right.
130. I like this moment.
See
'Cause
this?
He actually plays this, like, he doesn't play it silly. He actually plays it serious.
He's doing it, man. Somebody's got to be this guy. This is what I'm doing right now in the sailing industry.
Yeah.
I'm loading the gun. And I'm like, I'm pissed. See that? Yeah. Pointed right at my friends. Maybe you don't know I'm with you.
See, what I don't get is they have the guns that they stole from the set. They were working guns.
Yes.
They weren't decommissioned guns that were
They probably are. They're going to figure out what's the first time they try and blow a guy's head off and nothing happens. Be praying for like a crow
Either that-
situation.
I was
to go
just
on.
gonna
Like,
say-
please let this bullet kill this guy.
I was just gonna say they're hoping for the prop master that did the crow because he's like, yeah, he's not
yeah,
good.
that's
at making...
right. We just mind melded. Did you
That's
hear
a-
that?
Oh God.
That was the sound of.
Should we make the crow our next movie based solely on this?
Ooh, yes, I
this
would
one?
love to watch The Crow.
Okay, well, we're announcing it right here and now. The Crow. We're gonna announce again next week, so act surprised.
Yeah, pretend like you didn't hear that.
Yeah.
The Crow.
It's
Good
done.
call, buddy.
Nice. We did it.
You know they're doing a reboot, and I think Jason Momoa is going to be the Crow.
He is signed on to do.
Pretty big for the Crow.
I'm fine. I'm fine with it
They
because
kill him in the first place.
as long as he can hold the guitar, it all works.
Oh my god, he's going to be so bad at holding the
He's
guitar.
like he just looks like a monster. He's actually what's crazy to me is like if you see him in certain things, he's not that big. It's only in like in Aquaman.
Well, because everybody in Hollywood's tiny, so like he probably looks huge.
No, in Aquaman and Game of Thrones, he got really muscly. But before that, what was the friggin' show he was on?
Frontiersman.
It was like Battlestar Galactica, some kind of thing, but it wasn't that.
But he wasn't like monster.
But he was small. Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah,
It was like,
is he married to Lisa
I don't remember
Bonet?
which one. He is married to Lisa Bonet.
Oh
yes.
fuck yeah!
Which her body is very similar to his.
That's
and-
how you get the ladies right there. If you
I-
walk up to a girl at oh my god, I'm gonna do that.
What?
I'm doing that.
You doing it?
So sometime I haven't been to a bar. Well, that's not true. I was at a bar last night. But the next time I'm at a bar, I'm gonna walk. I swear to you, I have to remember this,
All right.
and I'm gonna do that.
See, this is where Todd's plans always go to failure. It's always I'm gonna do it for sure as long as I remember it. Hey, what movie are we watching?
Yeah, exactly. Look at this. I love it. A good set,
Oh, this is an old
like
school set.
old school style, like the old,
Yeah, a clearly wooden.
My bat looks pretty good actually.
That's just bacon. Apparently, they look. The prop master
That
made
looks
it in
good.
bacon. It does look good.
Is it bacon?
It is bacon.
Oh.
They just. Ooh.
Ooh,
My
you got a little
belly's-
grumble bumble
my
going on
belly's
there, buddy.
rumbling.
Now you see this old bat.
Yeah,
You know you haven't
I
had
want
bat in
some.
forever.
This turtle is hilarious. A piece
Yeah.
of trivia I read today, and I didn't write it down, but now here I am talking about it. Is like John Landis was like, "Yeah, the turtle was my idea in this scene." I'm like, "Who gives a fuck?"
Hey, come on, you know. He's like, I threw one in there.
It's another gag I don't think I noticed before. We go east, and they all point in a different direction. I think I
I
would
love
do.
it.
There's little bits of survival that make me feel like I'd do okay. But
Right.
then there's other parts where it's instant death. It's like, oh, could I start a fire like without the appropriate
Like
accoutrement
lighter or
or giant
just
torch?
spin a stick in the ground for a while. That makes fires, doesn't it?
If you're good at it
Yeah.
and patient as shit.
No, I don't have that. I'm just going to give up right away.
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
that's
Save myself the time and the hassle and just die already.
what- I hear you.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Everybody's always into like, ooh, I'm going to survive. And no. I'm going the opposite way.
There was a year when we had what was called, I don't know if it's called the same thing everywhere, but it was called Work to Rule at our school. and it's just basically a thing where it's
Where
kind
if you work hard, you will rule the
yeah.
place.
No, but it's like a strike, but it's not a strike. Like they work, but they don't do any of the extracurriculars, right? So
Yes, like
there
no
was-
after school.
So we knew there was going to be no play. And it was around that time we ended up doing a play that was directed by one of the students and stuff like that. But it was something I never really said to anybody. I was actually trying to figure out a way to adapt this movie into a play.
Ah,
So I don't know how well it would have gone over though,
Why
because it
not?
has so few characters in it. And that could be like we
well,
did.
everybody else will just be
Yeah.
the Mexican background people,
Yeah, pretty much.
townsfolks.
But we did we did 12 Angry Men, right? And
Is that
it was
crew really
great.
there? Look at that little
Yeah.
cutie.
We had a
Oh, they're all
Hitler
coming
statue.
out for a song, eh?
Yeah, I love it.
It's been a long time since they heard a white person sing.
I know. I have a weird thing. I don't know if it's just because I'm such a fan of Steve Martin. I love singing songs that Steve Martin's singing. Like
I'm
what's that song?
picking out a thermos
no,
for
but that wasn't even the
you.
song from that movie. I was singing. I know, we're apart. And like, he sings with Bernadette Peters.
Yes.
Right? And I sing that song all the time. Like, I'll sing it in the shower. I've sang it recently without watching The Jerk. And I used to sing this song all the time.
That's my favorite Steve Martin one is The Jerk.
Someone.
I think they threw the musical numbers in.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, that's so like Who Framed Roger Rabbit looking or
yeah.
something, right?
I love this, just the
The animals are singing.
and dancing.
Yo, they don't make them like this anymore, baby.
High five.
I tell you that much.
I self high fived first. Look, he looks like he's like dead there. Like his eyes are.
He's got
glazed
the
over.
Gomez eyes,
Yeah.
or sorry, Adams, Morticia Adams. Always when she looked at the end, she always had the white or the light just touching her eyes, right?
Look at how young he looks here. I'm so used to seeing him now because I see him all the time and like just he appears in everything.
You're like, hey, get out of my shower.
Yeah.
What are you doing in my closet? Get the fuck out of here.
He was a judge on Canada's Got Talent. For
He
the
was?
year it was on. Yeah.
Oh, shooting star,
Oh, that's
cartoon shooting star. You can. I was gonna say you can vote twice on that one.
Yes. Yeah, we're very fair.
Nice
Cool.
painted background.
Yeah, they did. It looked like they did a matte, but then they shot this outside so you could get like the actual stars. I know that's not the case.
He was like, what? He thinks it's real.
But this is all real, right? Right? There's like this. They taught this turtle how to talk in a minute, right?
This is how Mexico was founded.
Yeah.
We're watching the History Channel right now.
We never sang sweet songs and then just went to bed. We just talked at each other until one of us stopped talking and you're like, are you still awake?
Kind of like right now. Just talk yourself out. Or then you like one person's like slowly fading and the other person says something.
Yeah.
Or you keep giggling. And when you get the giggles, that's the worst. And then dad or mom comes and shut the fuck up. It's fucking 1:30.
I will fucking burn all my
What
cigarettes
the
out on you.
fuck? And you look, and then everybody starts laughing, and you blame,
I'm trying to swap with the neighbors.
you
It's all right. My dad's dead.
already got
he
my
can't refuse
already
to
got my
refute any of
keys
this.
in the bowl, kids.
Oh man.
Fuck, I gotta go. Oh my god, this is amazing.
This is another great scene.
A lot of good bits in this one, eh?
Oh man. This is
I
actually
think the
one
desert
of the
would
few.
fucking kill me. I can't handle the heat, man. This would kill me.
This is one of the few really good. Like Chevy Chase doesn't get a lot of moments in this movie. I
No, he
find.
doesn't actually.
Like the other two get a lot. I feel like it's almost split up with them, and then they just kind of like threw some off. There's a great story John Landis tells actually though about there's something his character was supposed to say, and he just blew it off, and he's just like, I'm not. He's like, my character would seem so stupid.
Oh,
That's so gross. The
Hopefully you don't
sand
have
in
to
the mouth. I had sand in my mouth because I tried to kiss Todd's cousin. That's a true story. But
she had sand in her mouth. Like,
No.
just like a
no, we were
shit ton.
in the water in the lake, and she's like, "Yeah, put dirt in your mouth, and I'll kiss you." And I did it, and then she didn't.
and then she didn't.
Yeah. So fuck me.
Christina, right?
No, Brandy.
Oh, it was Brandy. That's hilarious.
But
She remembers that.
I hope not.
I hope so. Look, well, I'm bringing it up at dinner tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Fucking right on.
But
He's
yeah,
got some lip balm.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
He just throws it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a political thing or what, or just the way the roles were, or if stuff got cut out. But yeah, he just doesn't seem to have like landed as many big jokes. Like he had the good, like the singing one earlier was
Yeah.
good, but like he doesn't just have.
Oh my
gigantic-
god, here we go.
the singing bush. Like these are, it's crazy because
I like to sing at bushes.
But it's
I
just
find
out-
it gets pussies wetter.
I know, but it's just funny because out of nowhere this becomes a fantasy movie, right? What's hilarious?
like what the hell?
Can you guess who's singing this?
Paul Schaefer.
That's a great guess, actually, but it's not.
Fuck.
It's Randy Newman is the voice.
Sounds just
Singing.
like him. I was just throwing it off because I wanted people at home to guess. Clearly, that's Randy Newman. That's what he sounds like in Toy Story.
That's good.
Are you the singing? Great question, eh?
We had Todd and I used to work at a restaurant together. It was my aunt's restaurant, and they had a talking Christmas tree. And we'd have like Todd would be Santa and I would be the Christmas tree. I'd hide in a booth behind with the microphone, and as I would talk, the lips would move.
It's like the best poutines I've ever had there, man. With the all 3 different types of gravy and shit, man.
We were animals.
Fuck.
This is again.
No wonder it went under when we just ate the place out from under them. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, if we didn't work there, it would be.
It would be thriving.
It would be franchised by now.
It would be Starbucks.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry about ruining everybody's dreams that we even go near.
I know.
Not all dreams can come to fruition, okay? Some people have to be the people that destroy those.
Yes.
It's called balance in the universe.
So we call them world destroyers.
That's right.
So,
why would this be the...
I know.
Hafar?
And that Hafar, that was his last name in The Man with Two Brains. He was Dr. Hafar.
That one wasn't like the best one. It's still really funny.
It was, yeah, it was good, but it was no...
A Melmet?
Yeah. And again, it's, so I just out of nowhere they just
he's supposed to show them the way, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's gonna guide them. I just love, and it's such a simple practical effect too, and it just works. It's like, yeah, there's definitely an invisible guy laying down there. My question is, how would he have led them there? If not?
I know, that's exactly what I was thinking.
He's just like, hey, I'm over here. He'll be fine. Somebody, how did everybody else find it?
With the little ball plane here. The old mail plane.
The old mail plane.
I want spurs, man. I want to wear spurs. I want to hear ding, ding. That's why they need to have this cowboy place, man.
I'm so clumsy. No
you
word
end
of a
up
lie.
Slitting your own throat.
No, the last time Todd and I recorded, I hurt my toe. I stubbed my toe, and then what you don't know, what we didn't talk about, was afterwards I was up all night. I was getting ready for night shifts and whatever, and I was gonna cut my toenails, and I had ripped my toenail way back.
Oh God, which one?
It hurt.
Big toe.
My big toe on my right foot.
I was gonna say baby one. That happens all the fucking time. That thing falls off. No problem.
I've broken
like a light
that toe so many
breeze
times.
hits it and the toenail comes off.
I've broken my toe so many times. It's on my arm now. It's just
You can go to the brothel in my Westworld.
Yeah, that's just a brothel. So you have to do it just outside of Vegas. That was actually, as much as I wasn't going to do it anyways, but it was my biggest disappointment in Vegas.
See it, the Bunny Ranch.
It was, I knew that was outside of Vegas, but I was like,
anything's legal, even fucking bunnies.
Yeah, but I was like, where are the hookers and those kind of places in Vegas, right? And they were like, no, it's not legal. They made the law that prostitution is legal in any city that has less than 60,000 people in it. So that took out Reno and Las Vegas and a couple.
So he's
taking
way out in the desert or something.
So, well, yeah, it's 30 miles out from Vegas in this little town. But
what if the girls are hot? We see so many movies where they go to the brothel. I've always wanted to go.
All right, well, you can
the
go.
girls line up.
I'll have to get permission. You and I will go to Vegas. I'll get permission for Carrie to go, and I'll just have to promise not to do anything.
You can watch.
I can't spend. Thank you.
My man here is gonna watch.
My favorite scene in the whole movie is the plethora of pinatas scene right here. He does a great.
Do you
voice
even know what a plethora is?
You know what my favorite part about
he knows he's pissed off, right? He's like, "Come on, what do you mean? Come on."
I like the makeup, the way that they've costumed and made up these guys and stuff like that. The dirty teeth.
That's exactly what I was gonna say before. I totally forgot for some reason.
Yeah.
But their teeth, I was going to say, let's notice the Amigos' teeth, because even back then, their teeth should be kind of shitty too, right? If this was a movie now, all of their teeth would be immaculate.
But yeah, like these guys are filthy and they do that. I've seen people paint teeth before, like as part of makeup.
Right.
I'm like, it's so funny because they're going to so much work for such a small detail. But when you notice that detail, it's so good. Yeah,
I wonder how that works. When you paint it on you, when you suck it off your own. I'm constantly sucking my teeth at people in rage and indifference.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I would suck off that that teeth makeup.
Yeah, it must be like semi-permanent, you know. Like,
Oh my
it's-
God.
Well, it's the kind of stuff where you actually have to scrub it off.
Probably.
like, not
Maybe you have to
just-
dunk your teeth into like some solution or something
Yeah.
like turpentine or.
Yeah. That was like there's
This is the best quote about women ever. It's so true.
Yes, but by the way, you can do that. You
Yes.
just shouldn't.
Yes.
You can force open the petals of a flower, but he's a fine lover. That's the thing.
He's a fine lover.
But that's my favorite thing. This is kind of like that, like the Biff Tannen rape, where he tries to rape her.
Biff Tannen rape.
But at the end, he's not like, "Oh, you're gonna be
A
mine.
good
I'm
old
gonna-
acceptable rape.
Yeah, like he's definitely trying to fuck her and
PG
stuff
rape.
like that. Yeah, but he's definitely trying to fuck her and all that. But that's not what is his full intention, because he even yells, he's like, "I'm gonna marry you." It's like,
Right.
he's like, "We're gonna be in love and we're gonna have children together."
You
and all
can
this
force
stuff. And he's
love
like,
into women. I do it all the time.
Well, see, it was I honestly think that was like almost like the beginning of modern day rape, where it stopped being a pillage thing.
Right.
Was like, if I get him pregnant, we got to get married.
You got him, no matter how it happened.
And let's be clear, I'm not saying that's a good thing.
Well, you mean don't speak for
Yeah.
everybody.
No.
Come on.
Well, I've like if we were really honest, most families, like if you go back enough generations, started with a date rape.
Probably.
Maybe not like baby, it's cold outside. Like baby, it's cold outside. I should go home. You should probably stay and fuck me. Nah, I should probably go home. No, if I keep asking you to fuck me enough, you'll probably say yes.
Isn't this a big thing
So
about that now?
essentially, like, Aziz
about that kind of
Ansari.
thing? Exactly, yeah.
So that was the big thing with him, because people have been talking.
I
about
don't
his...
even speak to women anymore now. It's like I'm terrified
Yeah.
that I will be charged with something, so I will just stand here. Okay, you know, this is the thing too.
I'm a huge fan of rolling the
It
dice.
should be, they need to now start taking the initiative.
Yeah.
Women more. Because it's like, I don't even know, I can't even, if I come over there and you don't like me, boom, I just raped you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now you ladies have to come to us.
And this is the thing,
If
and
you-
it's like,
I
yeah.
think that's a real thing, man.
Well,
I think
it's-
that they need to take charge of it, and now you need to come and you need to hit on me or talk to me or
And-
buy me a drink because I don't know what to
Yeah.
do anymore.
And it's not, and that's the problem. That's the problem. That's
And
the
I'm not
answer,
saying
right?
if I can't rape a woman, I don't know what to do anymore. There's
Yeah.
loads of options other than
Yeah.
rape. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pay. But no, but I hear what
Ew,
you're saying.
gross.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't have any money. I do a podcast.
No,
Oh, fuck.
no, but I hear what you're saying in that, like, it does feel like that. It's just like it's this thing now where it's like, you know, it's being rejected is that, oh, he's making advances towards me. But it's like, well, if you say no and it's over, then that's over. But it's like, it feels like even just making that advance.
I know it's a problem now.
And it's not, and I mean, for most, I would say for,
I don't have the balls to actually go over anyways.
Yeah,
but
I would
so my
say-
Three Amigos gag's
Yeah.
never gonna work.
yeah, I would say for all of them, that's not even the case anyways. It's just, but it's like, yeah, it just feels
I'm
like
gonna make a
that's the
blanket
case for
statement.
each
Yes,
worker.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
I
I love that. It's funny, actually, that scene. I just caught a piece of trivia about that. When they're talking, they're actually just talking about a recipe.
are they?
They're just like, yeah, they were like, yeah, just say something. So they're like talking about how something is made. That is a plethora
Oh,
of
the
pinata.
party.
Here's
That
my
is
problem.
a plethora of pinatas.
How do you get to the pinatas up top? They're like 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, well, you got to stack. You got to stack.
Oh, yeah, I guess
One guy on shoulder. Maybe they'll probably just shoot them open.
Probably. And they're full of tequila. Well, they
Yeah.
are just shooting them open right now.
Yeah, I
They-
shoot two into the air.
They certainly loved to waste bullets, and like they've all shot more than 6 times, and they're all holding revolvers.
Yeah, and
Yeah, they don't even have speed loaders.
they have action movie guns.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just mini bullets over and over and over again, so it just like goes around to the next one.
It always sucks like that guy up there right now is missing all the
Oh,
festivities because it's his watch.
Love this. I know. Oh my
What a
god.
brutal fall, eh?
It's
That
not
was
the most
John
brutal fall
Landis.
in this movie, probably. Actually, I think he did do stunts in this movie. Now that you say
No
it,
way, he
but
probably
I
got
don't
a
know.
hanker and he's like, give me up on this horse. I'll show you how to fall off of a fucking horse.
That's funny. Apparently, he's very mean.
John Landis?
I read a thing about him. I can't remember who said it now, but they said that he's he's been seen like screaming at. I feel like it may have been Chevy Chase. Now that I'm saying it, but he's like saw like him screaming at like PAs and extras and stuff like that. And
Really?
He's like, you think doing a bomb?
He's like the old school David O. Russell.
Yeah. Then they're like, you think doing a bomb like the Twilight Zone movie would have like put a little humility into him or something like that, but no go.
No go.
I
Good for
like-
you, John. Look at this. Where's that thing hung on to? That's like Spider-Man's web.
I know.
The fuck was that one coming from?
Spider-Man's web was C. Thomas Howell running a crane. Remember? He's like, point all the cranes.
Oh, that's right. We got to give him a clear shot. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Give him a clear shot to the bad guy.
I love.
C. Thomas Howell, eh?
Yeah.
This last part of this movie does have a lot of good deadfalls.
Yeah. I love the. It's such a simple thing. Something I like about comedians in cars getting coffee. I like when somebody tells a joke and then Jerry Seinfeld says what's funny about the joke. He's like, what's funny right there is the fact that you use this word or something like that. And it's exactly what I think about when I watch these movies in this critical sense, like we watch here, is I hear that and I hear him go, seize him. And it's just like, it's funny because of the bravado and the,
Right.
whatever, right?
And he's surrounded and shit, yeah.
Yeah. He's great at this wordy stuff. He does a great Christmas sketch on SNL where he's like, my first Christmas wish would be for all the boys and all the girls in the world to hold hands and join together and whatever. My second would be for $1 million. No, you know what? My first is going to be for the $1 million. And it's like an 8-minute sketch where he's just like reordering his wishes and stuff like that. And he's so good. There's our list. This is, yeah. This guy playing his mariachi thing.
I have a tape with just this guy doing that.
A loop. That's what he sleeps to. Like some people sleep to rain. Like I sleep to rain. But yeah, he just goes. Makes it really hard
It's called
for
The
him to hear
Taste
the
of
fire
Mexico.
alarm.
I say fuck the whales. Fuck them. I ain't listen to those losers. I used to listen to a sailor tape where it sounds like you're on
Actually,
a boat, people
I used to-
swearing and yelling at each other.
I
You hear,
used-
seagulls going off.
I used to listen to Fuck the Whales, actually. It was just like... It wasn't two whales fucking. It was a dude fucking whales and recording it.
This old dungeon, eh?
Yeah.
This looks like where they brought Buddy in...
Princess Bride,
yes.
right? That's
yep.
literally what
yep.
I was just thinking.
That's exactly it. Yep. I can picture Buddy down there with the big mole.
Yeah, because I was just going to say, what kind of place in Mexico has a basement that looks like that?
That place.
I love...
Man, how many bullets are they wasting?
What's hilarious is I love this music, right? I really, really do. Like, it like gives you this energy and this like boisterous kind of like exactly the way he's dancing right now, which I don't remember that I'm dancing like this, and it's great. But or like both of them.
Ooh, look at the lady's boobs jiggling in the background.
See, that's another reason we couldn't do this play is we had nobody in our high school that was a size 40 double D.
That's not true.
What?
Well, 40 double D, yeah. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Jesus,
It's like
yeah.
we had girls who had big boobs.
Well,
like,
what we
but-
do is you get 3 or 4 girls to boob it up together
yeah,
to
exactly.
equal a bigger breast.
Or we just get 2 of the small people to play breasts.
Ooh, I like that.
So good.
I played the left breast in the Three Amigos stage version. You were brilliant.
I wanted to do it.
That
so
one
bad.
hair coming out of your nipple was right in my eye, the whole thing.
It's we all play one character. It's like somebody's the finger. So it's like it's a really weird postmodern kind of thing.
It's kind of like the human centipede.
Kind of only
Sexier.
I don't
Just
think
by
there's
a
anything-
bit.
There's nothing sexy in the human centipede. 3 people performing analingus on each other.
Like his part.
What I wanted to happen here, like after rewatching it a few times, I wanted him to hit him on the head, but then the gun go off and shoot backwards and hit a guy who was coming from the other
Right.
side.
Is that Steve Martin's girl or is that Chevy Chase's?
Steve Martin's girl. Boom.
Ooh, nice moves, eh?
You know what though? If I had any acting job where I had a gun in a holster,
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like Murphy at the beginning of RoboCop,
Yeah,
where I'm
just
just
constantly spinning it, yeah.
I was trying to do that. No word of a lie. I bought my daughter a Jyn Erso doll today. And
A what?
A Jyn Erso from Rogue One.
Ah,
And it comes with
you bought your kids something from the Star Wars universe?
Thought I'd give it a shot, see how
Wow.
it goes.
How's it working out?
Well, I have to buy them at least as many Star Wars toys as I buy myself, or I feel like a dork. But
that's what will make you feel like a
speaking
dork.
of
Not
which,
purchasing all these Star Wars
I
things.
got my Tauntaun, and I got my land speeder today. Or not
Chickatan,
today, this week.
chickatan.
Ooh, see, if only Ricky Martin was around.
He's
Like
too busy making that movie, man. He's in the movies now.
Yeah.
He's in the Who Killed Versace.
I think he actually thought he was being hired to murder Versace.
Oh, he was pissed at the end.
Yeah, he
oh,
was like,
yeah. He's like,
"What?
what? He's already dead?
You gave it to that guy from Glee and not the guy who just died? Did
Yeah.
you know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, he
So
killed
that-
himself.
And it might be a little too soon.
What a
It
great
happened
scene.
yesterday. Oh, this is so good. This is again what I'm saying. He can do this. I wouldn't like. There's a lot of people who can't have long scenes like this,
Right.
That you get away with, because I mean they go back to it again, and you're like, what the hell?
It's a repeat gag.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Oh, my God. He must be dying up there, eh?
yeah. But
Hey, you're my best friend out of the whole gang. I really am. Remember when we...
yeah.
You're like, oh,
This
yeah,
is maybe
oh,
why
yeah.
I should hang around more bars. Maybe people will like me better.
No.
No?
But you think they do because you've been drinking tequila all day.
Nice.
Oh, that means the meeting has started.
That's terrifying.
It also means the meeting is done. The meeting's
Yes.
halfway through it.
Yeah,
I'm upset at this meeting. I'm happy at this meeting.
It's the aloha of firearms
Good
discharge.
morning. Yeah, exactly. Like everybody gets their own tequila bottle when you're one of the head of the tables.
Yeah.
Oh no, everybody's got one.
Well, of course.
I think I just saw a Bob Brown face in the background there.
My thing, though, is where are they getting all the bottles? Because they always smash them or throw them up in the air and shoot them. Right? It's like, I feel like the city next to the town next to Santa Poco is blowing glass to make all these
Right.
bottles, and then they ship them over to them who fills it with tequila.
They need
and
like
then
unbreakable.
they got a lot of
bottles.
sand, so I
They're
guess
probably
it's easy, but-
much more like inside their own, place here.
Yeah.
They're probably like, don't you fucking break that bottle. You just clean up after yourself. Who put this gum here? You know what I mean? But when they go out there, they got to pretend like they're, breaking stuff. And
It does look pretty clean for a place that's made of dirt.
I saw somebody sweeping the dirt before. Who the fuck wrapped that?
I got a
Jesus
look today.
Christ.
I picked up a package and it wasn't boxed. Like it wasn't in like an Amazon box. It was just like it's in its own packaging with the like label and stuff on it.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell? And it was a birthday gift for my daughter, and my daughter was in the car. So I'm like, I can't go out
Oh,
like this.
shit.
So the girl at the post office gave me some brown, like just like simple like wrapping stuff, right? She's like, somebody left this behind. You can use it to cover it up. So I'm just quickly like doing it, and I'm using packing tape to tape it up and stuff like that.
Right.
And then these two girls start talking, and she's like, I wish my husband would wrap stuff, like wrap presents and stuff. And then the other one's like, my husband wraps all this stuff. And I'm like, I actually do the...
My husband wraps my knuckles on
Yeah.
the door frame. You're like, oh God,
no, but-
jeez, lady.
I would say to them, or like I said to them, I'm like, yeah, I do most of the wrapping at my place. That was
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would hurt so bad.
it's brutal. Ouch
looks-
is right.
It looks
man.
like he's doing it like he's laying on the ground and falling. But yeah, anyways, I do most of the
Oh.
wrapping, and she looks at me like she's like, "That's how you wrap?" And I'm like, "I'm just wrapping this so my kid doesn't see it. I'm not wrapping this like this is her gift wrap."
It's gonna get ripped the shit open anyways.
No, even then, though, I was like, I just literally was trying to cover it up and cover up what the shape of it was and stuff like that. And she's looking at me like, "Ew, you do all the wrapping, and that's what it's like." And that was the face I got. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
You got rap shamed, bro.
I did. Well, I tried to, but I shot that
My
shit back
God,
down.
well,
I'm like,
good.
no, I rap like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'm
I like
sure he
the-
does not recognize that is one of the amigos.
Well, Todd and I had a movie night a little while ago where we watched Thanksgiving, and Todd saw for the first time when the turkey wore the man's face. So if she didn't notice that, he cannot notice this.
The movie was so insultingly amazing.
I know, it was great. So
They knew it though.
hunt that down if you can
Oh,
find
he's
it.
eating
It's
his
not on
grains. Is he
Netflix.
just eating pure jalapeno peppers over there?
Probably.
Oh my God! You know your whole diet is fucking jalapeno peppers and tequila,
Yeah.
and for dessert it's like dunked jalapenos
And
and
some
tequila.
sloppy joes.
Yeah, some JoJo's.
Nice. I love the size of revolvers in these movies.
I like that.
I'm actually really happy that I can see the. Oh my God, that's the worst fall ever. He literally like that's dead Ned. It's dead Niederlander
Dead
right
Ned.
there.
What happened to Ned? Ned's dead. Oh shit.
This is a crazy good moment. Like I would never have with the story that they're telling.
Right.
I never would have thought to do this. This is like the most creative moment to me. My favorite star of the silver screen. I like when people do these kind of things. It's like, is that guy German or is that the best
you
accent or the
can't-
worst accent?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
can't kill Ned Niederlander.
It would be crazy if they did. I honestly,
Knickers.
yeah. I honestly thought that that they were gonna make a sequel, like in the
Four
late 90s.
Amigos?
Probably Eddie Murphy's the fourth.
Oh
Amigo.
my God!
Like, he
No,
was
it'll
gonna
just
be
be
the
Buddy.
What?
It'll be Ernie Hudson.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Look at how shiny that is.
Even out there. Good for you, Ned. Got fans all over the world.
This is how I felt when that guy was kind of shit talking us on YouTube. I'm like, I can't believe you listened. Like I was a little verklempt. I was like, oh my god.
He is that fast, bro. Oh my God. See, that's how you know when you love a guy, when you're your own idol, when you're willing to kill him.
Yes. I goes that much.
Ooh,
again,
shit.
A couple of days have passed and not a single person has changed clothes. Because that's exactly what that guy was wearing too. Like
Where? Were they going to
the
go to the
German-
laundromat? Or it must have been rancid, eh? Wearing this? Like, or the Cowboys? Like, when they came into town, they must have fucking reeked. Those poor prostitutes, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Can you explain this weird lever system to me on how it let him go?
It's like Saw.
Yeah. Well, could you imagine?
They were not expecting him to have the heart of a champion and the strength of a stallion.
Hola, lucky day. I want to play a game.
Yes. That does seem like a pretty bad way to jail someone.
You think you're a big star? Well, what happens if I send you to the sun? That's a pretty big star, huh?
It is?
Yeah, I agree. So is that the end game? You're just gonna shoot me to the sun?
Whoa.
As soon as the space program happens,
That is Mexico's space initiative.
Yeah.
See how high they got those piñatas?
Yeah, it's pretty. That's
Fucking
why.
right.
I see. Yeah, the first rockets only just got you high enough to smack a piñata.
Yeah, exactly.
This always made me laugh too. You want a man's gun? Why is he still wearing his leather?
We need to know that he's German at all times.
Yeah. Well, that's my only thought was we would just
not
think he
even
was
hot.
another indistinct white person.
Yeah.
Like,
We need to know he's from Germany.
the guy in the middle looks like he's from Indiana Jones. He just
Yeah, they
looks
both
like,
do, actually.
Yeah, no, but the guy in the middle more so because he looks like he could just be British. He's like, nice try again, Dr. Jones. Like,
Fuck, he's been waiting for this moment. So,
Yeah.
what is that hanging
look
in the
at-
background there? Is that like shawarma meat or something? Is that for later? Like, what is that?
that's
Like the hanging bodies from the Predator?
I was gonna say it's one of two things. It's one of the bodies from the Predator was what I was gonna say, or it was
Whatever
gonna be
you
one of-
were.
No, or it was gonna be that
Oh,
thing that's
God.
hanging in the tree that that Chewbacca notices in the last
Yeah.
Return of the
He's like,
Jedi.
look at this thing.
And he's like, no, don't do that. Chewbacca always fucking it up. That's what nobody.
Oh,
really knows.
Chewbacca. See, they tried to fuck him over too by giving him a bigger gun, but no fucking way. Ned Niederlander's got the skills that make the mills.
He should have legit tipped over. Like they put it in and he just fell sideways.
I think he kind of did, right? Listen
Well,
to that cling, cling. Whoever did the sound for this movie did a great job.
yeah.
I love the sound of feet on like gravel or sand.
It's Foley work is.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Foley. It's such a crazy. I've done some Foley.
It looks
work.
neat. It looks fun.
It's a lot of.
Yeah.
It's so tedious because it's exactly like you just said. Every time somebody walks, there's a work order in for you to have footsteps, and then you're looking and you're like, well, what kind of shoes are they wearing? Oh, they're wearing
What
like
kind of
soft
surface
shoe.
are they walking
And then you
on?
have to recreate that, and then just do it.
No, and it's always like a melon and like a goat head,
Yeah.
and they're like they look crazy when they do it too. It's hilarious.
But a lot of them are just
Oh.
are what they are. Like somebody closes a car door, it's just them getting a car door being closed. It's when they need to make up sounds.
like dinosaur yells or
Yeah.
like
I like that because that was so clearly backwards, that knife throw.
it was so backwards. It was forwards.
Yes.
Grunts angrily.
It's so backwards it spins the earth on its axis and goes back in time like Superman 2. I love them. I like this because it was a good joke, but then even better that nobody got
I
it.
don't know.
It's I like that he hasn't really experienced any pain and there's no blood on his jacket.
I know.
still.
Well, no, it was a comedy shot into the arm.
Yeah. Owie zowie.
Is that a problem?
What world would he like? I don't understand except for the fact that it's just funny. Why they would all throw them down.
I know. I don't think they'll just start shooting at him. Like, what was the likelihood of him actually shooting the guy from there?
It would be like in remember Rambo 4 when he turns that giant gun on the guy and juices the guy. Like he's got one of those big truck machine guns and he points it at him like basically the distance that you and I are.
Do
apart.
I remember Rambo 4?
Yeah.
Ever since I've seen Rambo 4,
Yeah.
it's like I've been to war. Hell, I live Rambo 4 every goddamn night, Joe.
Remember Julie Benz? How she wasn't really good in it.
That's all I remember. Every goddamn night.
But yeah, it's just that scene where we coined it when we watched it that he juices them, and
He coined it.
yeah.
Drop the gun.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Fuck you.
They should have shot him. He was like exactly in that position. That would have taught a lesson to everybody else, right?
Every single one of them hit the doors around them.
Yes.
If you could live in any disgusting old time period where they never bathed, which one would you do? Not America, though. It can't be America or Canada. It gotta be somewhere else.
I'm thinking
In
like
time period.
I'm thinking like a Baroque Europe.
I was thinking somewhere around like the Caligula times.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna get sick and go down, it might as well all be sexual. You know what I'm saying?
Or it's just
Someone have sex with that bacteria. Oh God, fine, yeah.
I'm titty fucking bacteria.
Exactly.
It's like that horse looks lonely. Put your dick in its mouth.
That horse looks dead. Put your dick in its mouth. Caligula was the man.
See, yeah, he was scientific. He's like, see what happens if this happens. Oh, the women all see them off. I feel like that's
See?
like.
Oh, smell it.
Sad. It was a nice sweater.
You should have smelled it. I would have.
Then he's riding and he's got his panties. And he's like,
Exactly.
he's got her panties, I meant to say. I was a child when I was in Little Nettie Goes to War. I'd like them
How
to,
hard could it be?
See,
Come on.
The one thing that they're missing from this, because they keep talking about Little Nettie, I would have liked to have seen
A
Little
clip.
Nettie.
Yeah. You're right. Totally.
You know,
Maybe the sequel that's actually a prequel.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that'd be good.
I forgot about this part hanging off the side of the
Yeah.
wing there.
People keep talking about like movies like this, and they're like, "Oh, who would you have it in if you remade it?" Why are you trying to remake all these movies?
Well, because nobody has their own fucking ideas anymore. Who would
It's
it be
just
now?
that-
It would be Seth Rogen.
No,
Not Buddy.
I don't
Not Buddy
think-
anymore because he won't do it.
I'd say Bill Hader,
Bill Hader.
Jason Sudeikis.
Ugh, fuck.
I know you're not a fan, but he would have been a good Chevy Chase.
Bill
character in
Hader,
this.
Jason Sudeikis.
Bill Hader would have been perfect.
I like Bill Hader.
And Steve Martin.
Yeah. I don't even know. They don't even make comedies anymore, so I don't even know who to cast.
Yeah.
I would have said Franco, but he's not allowed in anything anymore for a while.
No, he's got to take a break. He's just got to do a bunch of weird shit that makes you forget.
No, he will. There it is. What a town. Hey, imagine looking forward. That's where you're looking forward to that.
It must be terrifying.
Hey, this is where I live. Like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Great. It's actually that feels a lot like what flying into Vegas looks like, though. It's sand, sand, sand. Oh, civilization. Except it's just like
Bunch
much
of poor
shiny-
Mexicans.
It's just much shinier and that, right?
I'd love to go to Vegas. Dude, I spend like, oh, Jesus Christ, I just leave the house and I spend $100 like on nothing. I'm like, where's my money? I don't know. I only
I don't
got, you know, it's like, I just got two things to show for it.
Yeah.
Belly full of semen and a heart full of sorrow.
It's because his heart wouldn't fill up with semen. It doesn't work that way.
I'm trying.
Yeah. He's got an IV system that's ready to go.
Goat sperm.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll work like
is that her dad?
nanotechnology. Yeah, well, it's Wilford Brimley. It's Mexican Wilford Brimley. I forgot that they took the plane, and I'm like, they're about to run away with these horses.
Yes.
What happened to those horses? Did they get murdered or just folded into El Guapo's stable?
Probably both, half and half.
Like literal
right?
stable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I forgot about the plane. I'm like, they're just gonna ride away. I'm like, these guys are gonna get there like 5 minutes after them. Are they gonna have time to pull off this plan?
Oh my God, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what other movie does this. Though. Lots
Seven
of them
Samurai
do, right?
does this. They stole this from Seven
Is that
Samurai.
what it was? And
Well,
then,
not this
and
exactly, but
then Quentin
similar.
Tarantino stole everything else from it.
Yeah, like Seven Samurai, basically, they were like, we need you to be warriors type thing, not trick them into thinking that we're all warriors.
Why? What were they in it?
What's that? Well, it was like just townspeople, and they're like, "We need your help."
Oh,
You-
the seven
like,
samurais.
Yeah, they're like, "Please take up arms," and blah blah blah, but in Chinese.
take my arms.
Again,
Fail.
You would think the answer would be make tequila, seeing as this is the town they go to give them all the tequila.
Wear a sombrero? There you go.
Yeah. What would have been way better? I wonder if they were like brainstorming. Okay, so how would like they locked in on sewing,
Right.
And they're like, okay, what would we do with sewing then? Get them to sew each other together, and that's what they decided to do. And they wrote a draft where it's like, and they're like
They
really
sewed
fast.
themselves together.
They've like dug holes, and then they just pop up out of the ground, and they start sewing, and then they're like, "Ow!" And they go to shoot, and then they're gone. And then
Sew
somebody
them
else
to the
runs-
saddle.
and then somebody else comes in, does a couple more stitches, and then they're all just sewed together. In
Sew
one
the
big ball.
bullets stuck inside the gun chamber. Look at these ladies going. Ladies saving the day here.
Again, a ton.
This is a strong
of
female
material.
movie. See, look at these ladies. Are get the fuck out of here too.
Yeah.
I can't believe nobody ran that chicken over with a horse yet. That's what he was thinking. He's like, what the fuck? How's this chicken out here?
Again, this is not a strength of the town. This is a strength of the women in
Yep.
the town. Well, that poor old lady was doing it by hand.
She's old school, man. She doesn't care.
I
She
feel
doesn't
like
care.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't think she's gonna get a suit done in time for them to use.
You are going to be shocked. She's going to get more than anybody ready. Look at her. So like the wind. She is, bro. She started that at the beginning of the film.
So you notice I haven't really listed a lot of things that Martin Short is in. As much as I love Martin Short, his filmography
Look at
not
him
the
trying
best.
to dig.
I know.
I totally forgot that.
I know.
His movies a lot of them are terrible.
Yeah, like he did he mentioned Clifford earlier. Pure Luck is another really bad
what a
one.
great movie.
Where Danny Glover has to find uses a guy with really bad luck to find a girl with really bad luck.
Yeah.
That could have been funnier. I feel like they could they just
I
made it a
remember the
little
scene where
too
he got
silly.
like stung by a bee or something,
And
and
he's
he's
all
all like,
swollen.
yeah,
He loves being swollen though. Jiminy Glick.
yeah. Jimmy
Right.
Glick's great. Terrible movie though.
Yeah.
The episodes
Well-
are hilarious though. When it's in short form, it's really good.
Yeah. But Martin Short, I think I'm right, the only person to be on Saturday Night Live and SCTV.
Yes.
Right. Because, I mean, they also had a Kids in the Hall Saturday Night Live crossover.
Mark McKinney.
Yes. But
He didn't last very long.
No. But he was worth a shot. Of all the people, he probably deserved the shot the least.
Yeah.
But he's probably the one who said yes. So... they did a great job casting this guy, but on top of that, they did a good job writing this guy because he's, again, like we said before, not just the I'm an asshole or whatever, is like he has some nuance to him, right? He likes a good gift. He likes a good party.
He's done that asshole. You
Yeah.
give him a sweater, you think he's gonna freak out, but he loves it,
Yeah.
right?
Like, and even their relationship.
Now they're
like,
over there.
like he's being shitty to Hefe there, but at the same time, you feel like they've had a relationship. Kind of like our podcast.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how we treat each other.
So you mean that sometimes when you yell at me and you hit me and you call me a fucking poo-poo,
Yeah.
and what you're saying is that you love me?
Pretty much.
Oh.
He hits me because he loves me, everyone. And then everyone's like, yay, yay.
I love it.
Look at all these amigos. How are they doing this? They can clearly transport themselves.
Yeah. Chevy Chase. Now, do you know what his real name is?
Gibraltar?
Gibraltar. The Rock of Gibraltar?
Yeah, Gibraltar. What the fuck is happening?
He is.
Oh, shit, our movie's screwing up.
Uh-oh.
Like
we've got
big time.
Yeah, we've just got a big glitch in our
Oh
disc
my
here.
god.
We're just going to keep talking, though. It's totally fine.
Just pretend like the movie's
know
still
what's
happening. This
happening.
is when
It's coming back.
they form
There we
the Mecha Amigo, and
Yeah.
he comes out of the back, like in the end of the Muppets.
They sew themselves to each other.
Yeah, and exactly. And so they're a Mecha Amigo, they call him.
We're back and running. No pausing or anything like that.
Oh, there goes
That's a great. I love this. This is an old Western death if you've ever seen one, right? Like just
Like,
the,
so
the
bad,
long
eh?
fall and the long and the a shoot up in the air.
up into
for
the
no
air. That's what I
reason.
like.
love
One
it.
last kick at the can, eh?
Oh, it's so good. It must be good though for those guys because they're usually not. That was probably John Landis. But the idea, and again, where'd they get all these guns? These people didn't have guns before.
They're teleporting. It's the same gun.
Oh. Yeah, they actually are like
He teleports over to Buddy. Here, take the gun.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh shit.
So, anyways, Chevy Chase's real name though is Cornelius Crane Chase, and he was nicknamed Chevy by his grandmother.
Blazing Saddles did the same thing. That's what I saw recently, and I was like, man, this happened. It's Blazing Saddles, and they make the fake town. Right,
yes,
and then during that scene, then it breaks out into the.
There's always a ruse of some sort. Yeah, I hear you.
It's like when was that movie?
Blazing Saddles.
Before this? Yeah,
I would say it was
wasn't
before
it?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I love the old lady
yeah.
in the thing. There's some good trick. Yeah, Chevy though. What blew my mind? Chevy Chase has turned down a lot of roles.
I know, because he's a curmudgeon, and he doesn't think he even dissed Community.
He,
like, what do you think about Community? He's like, I think it's overrated. It sucks, and it's like, wow, thanks, bud. Like,
he's like, it's sitcom television, and that's the lowest form of media. He didn't like Dan Harmon first off, and he didn't like that his character
the guy
was
that does
so
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't like that his character was so racist. Did
Oh
you
my
just check
God.
your shirt to see if Rick and Morty was on it?
Yes. I have so many Rick and Morty shirts. I was shocked that I wasn't wearing one.
That's hilarious. But yeah, so he had genuine gripes, but then he just got so snooty about it. But 2 movies of it on his list that he turned down. Well, he turned down Ghostbusters, he said.
He did?
Yeah. He said, I don't know that that's true, but also apparently he turned down the lead in American Beauty.
What?
And he turned down the role of Buzz Lightyear.
Oh my
Toy
God.
Story.
That's like when you hear Matthew Perry tell the story about how he was going to be Will Smith's role in Independence Day.
Yeah.
And he's like, dodge that bullet.
Yeah, I take it with a grain of salt though, because I just heard that for the first time today.
Take it with a grain of cocaine.
Yeah.
Usually everything.
Exactly. He may just be misremembering because of all the cocaine.
Taco lips. Put those taco lips on me, girl.
Oh my God, that sounds disgustingly awesome. Especially because she's hot.
Yeah, I ain't talking about her mouth either.
See, clothes like these, you can't see if they got a booty or not.
If a woman, okay, let's say you're not married, but a woman wants you to go down on her, when she opens her legs, taco meat falls out. Would you go for it? So it would taste like a taco.
I literally was my request. It's the only circumstance by which I do it.
Ooh, your keto Taco Bell.
I love that because it was a good joke. The why are you coming type thing, but I also liked the idea that it's like just out of naivete, not like a
why the fuck would you come back here?
Where?
Oh,
Jesus, that just blew my ears out on our thing. This
I
girl,
blew more than my ears out. Look at this.
This girl was actually
Frida?
No, she was Playmate of the Month for 1986.
God, I hope everybody got that. I'm deaf a little bit. She played who?
She didn't play, so she was the Playmate of the Month in 1980. One of the Playmates of the Month in 1986.
Oh, fuck yeah! Look at the eyebrows on her.
I wouldn't be able to see her boobs through those eyebrows. I'd just be staring deep at them. Eyebrows are like a big deal. Like somebody did a thing and they were like, can you see, tell who this celebrity is if we remove their eyebrows? And you're like, oh, of course I could. What a silly thing, right? No, you cannot always tell. And
especially Nicholson, right? Like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just one of those Cheetos that looks like Jesus.
Oh, here's the moment right here, eh?
Yeah. That would have been way better if he had that moment and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna happen," and then he's like, "Oh, thanks," and they just leave
and they take off.
Or
not as much as we asked, but it'll do.
Or they do their what was it? They do this whole thing and they're going, and then the one guy's, "You switched out the bag, right?" And he's like, "Oh yeah," and he throws up that he's got the bag of gold. That's the one thing on a horse that I want to be able to do. It's one of my favorite moments in the Lord of the Rings movies too, when Aragorn's having that moment and then the horse rears up and turns around, and then he rides off in
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, where he's having that big speech, and
right.
when he's done the speech, it rears up and it turns around, and they just did that too, where they pull it and the horses rear up and turn around and they go off. That's what I want to do on a horse. I don't want to do any other tricks. It's just like,
this movie makes me want to shake my fucking titties around.
It's such a good song too.
So what would ours be? Okay, so they say wherever justice is. If we had one for miscast commentary, it would be like, wherever a movie's getting too good and someone needs to ruin it by talking over it, we'll be there.
Wherever there's chicken wings, we'll be there. See, yeah, that girl, Rebecca Underwood. So she was beige facing
Hot
a little,
Senorita.
I think. She plays Hot Senorita.
Singing Bush, Randy Newman.
Yeah, what?
The Carl Lafong was the turtle.
Look at a larger stunt cast than the actual cast.
Do you see? I'm trying to see real quick if I can see. What's his name?
Landis.
Yeah.
No, it's not because
It hurts me to know that he's an asshole.
Yeah. But again, it's one story you hear from one person. Did they not get along? And then I try my best.
So it's
to
not
take,
everybody. Like you don't hear it from all these people saying that he was a dick.
Yeah, you're not like it's not like the Chevy Chase thing where you've heard that from a lot of different people. So I don't.
He's got any of them made up. Like I have a feeling like Chevy Chase has no friends for real.
I think they've made up. Because he's made appearances with some of those guys and stuff in the past.
Right.
He's come back to Saturday Night Live and done these types of things. But it's the, it was the drugs. It had to have been the drugs. Right?
Well, I heard he was kind of smarmy, but they were all jealous of each other and shit too, right?
Well,
like
it was the first real show.
they were all cutthroat to each other.
What the hell
apparently.
is that name? Dennis Skunderword.
Skunderwood. See, that's a real German.
Yeah, that guy's a real German. That's probably, and he was in costumes or something, so he's probably like, I know how the Germans dress.
This Amigos tune's gonna be in my head forever.
Yeah.
For each other and everyone.
So what other ones?
Amigos.
What other ways will we be here?
Amigos.
Okay, no, I'll go one better. I'll
okay.
go one better. What kind of? So we've seen this version of actors becoming heroes because they were in old westerns. We've seen the version of like the Star Trek kind of thing in Galaxy Quest.
Like mistaken identity.
Yeah. So where else? What other jobs could you get that was a thing? Like somebody.
What do you mean?
Well, for example, it's like some people in Chicago need a class action suit, so they get the lawyers from Chicago Justice to like be their lawyers, and they're like,
Right.
no, we're not real lawyers, and they're like, they need our help, so they study hard.
Oh, from the TV show because they watch them on the.
So it's the actors.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Doctors like, oh, you're a doctor. Like, no, I just play one on TV. Get in here, and then suddenly you're in the middle of surgery and you actually save the guy.
Would you?
Your
be,
mistake.
Yeah. Would you be more or less concerned if the guy from the autistic doctor guy, if you had him doing your surgery, or the actor who played him doing your surgery?
Oh God.
My name's Dr. Sean Murphy.
I want to be I want to go to the dentist and the fucking gremlin shows up.
Nice.
Buddy there. And then what you know then is that he is an amazing dentist.
Yes.
And they made him look bad for that movie.
Yeah, exactly. I just play a bad dentist on TV, friend.
Actually a great orthodontist.
Nice. I wish
way
that they
higher.
could bring these these movie companies back as like subsects.
I know. What the fuck, man?
See, and that's essentially what happened was like these movies, like you had
I like the new ones.
like they get swallowed up, like it's like, oh, like Warner Brothers buys Orion, and
Yeah.
then they keep them separate for a while
like
because it's
them.
a name, but then they're like, well, why are we doing that? We'll just all fold it up together. It was kind
into
of like,
one thing.
like what they did with
I'm thinking
like Disney with Buena Vista.
I'm thinking what's it called where you see E.T. That's not Buena Vista, that's Amblin.
That still shows up in things.
Amblin. I always like the TriStar. And
They were
the horse
all good.
jumps over the.
Even when it was Columbia TriStar,
Yeah.
where it was like the merger, you still got that.
Or Canon. They did like a lot of the sea and it like.
Oh yes,
Right, and it's the beginning of Terminator 2. That's that one's in the Terminator. Sit boo boo sit. Good dog.
You don't understand. I was literally just I'm going to say the sentence exactly as I was planning to say it. I was going to say, those are all really memorable and good, but none of them compare to the TV one. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Sweet.
Arf.
Sweet.
I am
We mind
sick
melded.
to my stomach.
So is everybody else. This is bullshit. They pretend like we don't have the whole thing written down right here. We're like,
I
well,
know.
we're just faking our way.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
imagine somebody can
through
see
a
us.
terrible script.
This is why we're filming it, so people can see we're not reading. There's somebody's got like behind it. It's like a scrolling like teleprompter
background.
kind of
Oh,
thing.
right.
Like it's just
Like that old, like I'm
but
looking
it's
up the old
old.
newspapers.
Yes.
Because I need to learn about the house I'm staying in with the weird noises. Oh, let me go back and see.
Microfiche.
We've got microfiche. Don't do it. It's a trick.
Oh man. Well, seeing as the movie's over, it's as good a time as any to wrap this. baby.
Ow.
I know,
I'm
but
enjoying myself.
but we've learned a lot today. We learned a bit about John Landis.
Oh, yeah.
I
He's like,
actually
we did?
I didn't get to a lot of the stuff in here. It wasn't big stuff though, so it's not a big deal. But
Yeah, you did stop at some point. I was like, hey, is he done with the
yeah.
trivia? Like,
there were just little like filmography things and stuff like that. I was like, that's not interesting.
you have one eyelash that's like 3 times as long as the other ones on your left eye.
That's my cocaine eyelash.
Like, holy Lord, bro.
Oh really? I don't know. I don't groom my
Daddy
eyelashes.
Longlegs is climbing out of there.
If I start grooming my eyelashes, my daughter's gonna come back and start calling me fag. And,
She's on that, eh?
yeah, she's
been on
all
that
in
big
hate
time,
speech. I'm
I
like,
know.
You don't understand.
She
I was
flick her cigarette right at your face, too. It's like,
Yeah.
lady, geez, man.
like, yeah, I was like, you understand that we let gay people in the house, right? And we're nice to them, right?
Yes.
And she's like, when do you do that?
When?
When mommy's at work? Like,
She's got that, like, you know, those stick-on tattoos?
yeah.
The big one with the Nazi and the skull. And I'm like, geez, where did you get this? Like, it's a stick-on.
I know.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I wanted to, more than anything, I was going to go. I may have told this story before, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's
Yeah.
As for Halloween, they were doing like a costume thing at work, and they're like, "Yeah, you can go ahead and dress up." And I was gonna dress up like a cholo, so I was gonna wear the white, like I was gonna like an old like Latino gangster type thing.
Oh, yeah. So, like, the
And
button
so-
to here and it's open. And yeah.
Well, what I was going to do though, I was gonna be the one who just wears the wife beater and has tattoos
Right.
all over. So I had only like. I was like a year removed, not even from shaving my head, and I was like, I was gonna get the worst stick on like the temporary tattoos, like I was gonna get like Disney princess and stuff like that, and I was going to coat my entire head all down my neck, across my shoulders, my chest, and
Your
two
skin can't breathe. You
sleeves.
suffocate to death.
Yeah, well, that was a concern.
Everybody thinks it's a joke. They're laughing as you die.
The biggest problem wasn't any of that. It was the fact that
Was
they
it
would
the
be
racist
on
backlash?
Me. No, the fact that they'd be on me for a while.
Right.
Like you can,
You would be stuck
yeah,
with them.
Like it's
Well, you
and
could scrub them off, but that's not
Well,
fun.
you can also use like oil, like baby oil or something.
Oh,
like that
God.
come off. I don't know. So I'd have to like ask somebody to grease
The
me
oil
up.
of babies?
Yeah, I think I was still living at home at the time, so that would have been weird. Mom, come grease me up.
I say that all the time.
Mom, I need you. Come grease me up.
I can't grease this ass myself, lady. Get in here.
Well, I didn't put any of them on my.
Come on.
I don't know. I'm talking about my own experiences.
I remember those tattoos though. I felt like that was something that just would have like gone by the wayside because we used to get those in bags
I
of
love them.
chips and stuff.
Yeah.
The old Humpty Dumpty.
That's
chips
when they
and
actually gave you something.
stuff. Yeah.
Or there'd be the little square that you dig for and you would win a free bag of fucking chips.
They gave me something. It's
Which
called
they
a
do.
fat ass.
They don't even fucking. They don't even. No, that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Well, it makes these chairs a little bit
Or
more
you could
tolerable.
pop up the tab and win a free pop.
Yeah.
That was the shit, man. Now it's like they made everything's like,
Now you can
You know,
stream a song
super
for free on
yeah.
like, iTunes.
and it's yeah.
You think you guys are from the future. You're not from the future. We're from the future, come back to the past to tell you to go back and listen to our Back to the Future episode.
I'm doing the in the corner for the deaf.
Yeah, you're doing the translation.
We will have that soon for you people. For
Yeah.
everybody who can't hear
Yeah.
and is listening to our podcast,
Yeah, you
somebody will be here doing hand signals for
know,
you.
you know those guys cruising iTunes and SoundCloud.
That's
who
right.
Can't hear.
Probably
like-
crying.
A series of like sick vibrations tell them what's going on.
Ooh, we should get in that. That's probably the new way to go.
Yeah,
That's the new hearing.
that's the new year.
Fucking A, man. Vibrations. I think
Well-
you're onto something.
I am onto something because literally what hearing is vibrations off your.
Oh my god. Did you just make this up? This
Yeah.
is good shit, bro.
I invented
We
hearing.
have, we're going to
Is this why we didn't have many listeners? Because hearing
knock
didn't
this.
exist?
Knock this shit. Yeah, even now, that's what I tell myself. Knock this shit off the table. Set up the old science kit. Let's
Yep.
get on this.
All right. My daughter's
I don't
got
think I
science
even
kit.
drank all my pop. I didn't.
Oh
Oh my god.
I did, and my voice sucks right now. Gulp.
It's warm as fuck. Still good.
warm AF,
Kind of like
yo.
RC. Kind of like RC Cola.
Really?
Amigo. let's see if we can hold it as long as they did at the end of the movie. Okay,
Okay.
just breathe. You give me a hand signal.
We'll do the We Are the Three. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
We are the Three Amigos. We could have made it good.
Oh.
Time of death 11:19 p.m.
We got another amigo related death. That's what they're gonna say. The coroner.
Is this how Elvis died?
Woo! I hope.
Because I can see
Woo.
you're shitting as well.
Actually, like I'm kind of lightheaded.
Yeah.
Woo!
I actually could have gone longer. I was just getting us into a spot where we could have said Migos
Oh damn
without
it!
going Migos.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're not doing it again, though, so it doesn't matter. Because I can't imagine that sounded great.
Parties.
All right. Thank you all. Destroy our worlds. Thank you all so much for listening. And if you listened through that high note, then holy shit.
Yeah.
But
They deserve a free sticker.
I'm actually, that's something I'm looking into, is printing stickers. I'll send those out to literally anybody
Okay,
who
listen,
asks.
right now, you tell us that you listened to that whole acapella remix of the Three Amigos, and we'll send you a sticker.
There you go.
Maybe of who knows of what, but
Send an email.
maybe it could be one of the movies we've done.
Yeah.
We could do merch like that too, right?
Yeah, we can do
Like a scene or a picture or something, of a. Is that
Ah,
copywritten?
yeah.
No, it's not.
You can.
Everybody does those.
We can figure stuff. We can figure a way around.
because we're giving it away. We're not charging.
No, that's true. But I want to also sell them.
Fuck that. We're selling it now. So when you win the contest, you've won the ability to pay us
We're
for
not-
merchandise.
We haven't earned. Yeah, we haven't.
Like what
earned
kind
that
of?
yet.
What a great.
No, I would
Great.
certainly want to make some stuff to give away. We did mention last week. I may even put like a little thing up on Twitter or something like that, just to say, hey, like what would
Jesus do?
people? No, what would people
Oh.
most want? Like if I put our face on a frisbee, would people just throw that in the garbage? It's a beautiful thing, or like
On a frisbee.
But
like,
no,
what?
well,
I need underwear.
No, the options that I saw though, I was looking online and there were so many different options. They had everything from like USB keys to like,
Every fucking thing.
frisbees,
Toilet
and
paper.
backpacks, and
They can
clothing,
wipe their
and-
asses with our faces.
water bottles. But it was like stickers is something that we could do and make a lot of, and have like our quotes and stuff like that, and that could be a fun thing. So
We can
Also
make them
buttons.
fuzzy, them thick fuzzy ones. Maybe a scratch and sniff.
No word of the lie. I was actually I
Smells
looked
like
up.
Joe. Oh God.
I looked up to see how much one of those button press things would be, and I was like, oh, we'll just make our own buttons.
I've been making buttons all fucking day long, man.
Pap
Oh man, that's good for the arms.
buttons. That sounds to me like you have done it before.
Do 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 do.
Like that just sounds like it's such.
What's the three? Is that the- I just put that on there and I'd be button fucking pulling all day.
I love it. I always
I'll pull your buttons.
I was gonna say I'm pulling all day all the time, and it's never got anything to do with buttons. I will say though that my elbows are fucked up, and I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, mine are kind of fucked up too. I'm just saying that so we can be cool together.
You know
No, they are. My elbows are
Yeah.
totally fucked
You
up.
know what? You know what's really bad though. Now we just feel like we're just rubbing it in. That it's like, yeah, I'll go to the doctor when I have time. It's not an affording thing. It's like, I'll go. It's free. It's good enough.
I'll just wait till they get really bad.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, hey, if you would have come a month ago, we could have saved your arms.
Yeah.
You know?
Fucking give me
fuck.
new arms medicine, man.
Found your cure for cancer and you've lost it.
Sound your yeah. You send that bill to the tax man. Gotcha. That's gonna happen to me, and that's gonna be right at the time when like the wrong kind of like far right conservatives take over and just get rid of all of our health care in Canada, and it's gonna
Good
be,
idea.
And then I'm gonna have like
They can pocket that money then.
that's what I'm gonna be.
They
like,
deserve it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in a wheelchair and stuff like that. It's like, oh, we could have had you walk for free yesterday if you would have come in.
Yeah, but
now today,
nope. They
now
just canceled
today-
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Health canceled.
Yeah, just you go die now.
Instead of getting a flu shot, you go get injected with Big Mac sauce.
Well, that's essentially what this year's flu shot was. They said, well,
It's the Big Mac suddenly.
I was talking to somebody and she's like, oh yeah, everybody, we all got the flu shots and we all got the flu. I'm like, they said it was 10% effective. If it's less than a coin toss,
Right.
I don't want a needle.
No, I don't want it either.
I was like,
forget it.
At least the little kids get the drippy
Yeah,
thing in the
yeah.
mouth or whatever, right? And I'm like, give me that then. I'm like, that has
Yeah,
to
the
be as
drops.
effective as the needle.
Yeah,
if
the
it
old
didn't work
dripper.
either.
Well, yeah, well, if the kids can handle the drip, give me the drip.
Yeah, just give me 2 drips. I'm bigger
Yeah,
than that.
fucking right.
Give me
Just
all the
chug
drip.
it.
Yeah,
Put it in an old can or something. I'll just fucking
that was
take her
actually.
down.
Now that we're talking about that, it's a joke that Chevy Chase did in Community.
Oh, my God.
Where he was sitting there, they were talking about how they're all so selfish, and then it would cut to like these scenes where they're all being selfish, and he's got all the flu shots, and he's like, "I will be the healthiest man alive."
Sound reasoning.
It was good. All right, as usual, we're gonna do the old. I should just pre-record this and just send it, and then so you'll just hear us get dramatically cut off, and then hear me exactly.
You'll hear
as
like,
is. Yeah,
you know, like a tape starting.
like,
Yeah, like,
yeah. Anyways,
do your thing. Do your thing. I want to dance.
so go visit our website, miscastcommentary.com. While Todd's dancing, we'll put this up on the thing. Email us at podcast@miscastcommentary.com. This is distracting as shit. Get us on Twitter at Miscast Podcast. Get me on Twitter at
This
JK
one's the
Finley.
row.
Why you interrupt when I'm going to give mine? You're not going to interrupt when I'm telling people your Twitter.
Say mine twice.
Okay. So catch me at JK Finley. Catch Todd at Miscast Todd. That's at Miscast Todd. Thank you, buddy. And yeah, just go find us wherever you listen to us. If it's SoundCloud, iTunes, if it's on YouTube, whatever. Make sure to like the episodes, subscribe, throw comments down. All those things help us get seen.
You know, it's not going to be hard to find me because I'm probably looking into your window right now.
Yeah, it's literally like if you're too embarrassed to tell your friends that you like this show, then just tell a bunch of strangers, and that's kind of how you do it, right? It's like how I'm assuming it's kind of like how confession works.
That's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
It works like this fucking hot dance move.
Whenever nobody in my family's looking, I just got penises in my hands. Oh, just told a lot of people that aren't strangers now. Actually, it's not true. All strangers. I've not a single person I know listens to this episode.
This is the like laugh, like reverse clip. Like this is a GIF. This is the
Yes.
dance move's called the GIF.
I will make a GIF of this. That's gonna happen.
Oh, my throat.
Dude, why did your throat hurt from
I
doing
don't know.
His throat
I
hurt
got
from
all
doing a
seized
dance
up.
move that required no vocalization.
He got all seized up
All right.
in the moment.
Okay. Well, tune in next week if
Woo!
Todd's throat works next week. You're gonna hear us announce that we're doing The Crow, seeing as we've already announced that.
Yeah, way to ruin it.
Sorry, bro. But tune in. Yeah, we had a lot
Whole
of
fucking format
we
right
had
out the fucking window.
We had a lot of lead up because we talked about The Crow that led us to us doing The Crow. But you mentioned Ernie Hudson.
It was a
earlier
good
than that.
call. That's a
Man.
good call. It's gonna be a good one.
But sometimes, just sometimes, two people decide the right movie to do together while doing a different movie. And sometimes, just sometimes, they'll follow through and actually do it. But we'll probably have to come back from the dead to do it right.
Oh yeah,
So I look forward to being beaten and raped tonight.
I always do.
Yes.
Hashtag me too.
Oh. I don't support that.
Yeah, the Me Too movement because you're a disgusting human being.
I support
You
them.
jumped it right on there, man. I
I
didn't even
support
let
them.
you get that one
I
out.
know.
Now you're going down just like
Yeah.
me to hell.
I'm just gonna say I liked Kesha's performance at the Grammys. That was like a Me Too kind of thing. It was actually, I was sitting there, I was like, ugh, Kesha, and then I realized that it was like a song about her being like sexually abused and stuff like that. And then it was all these women like background singers, including like Cyndi Lauper and stuff like that.
I
And
feel
then
like
at the
she's-
end, she was like bawling her eyes out, and everybody in the crowd was crying. And I'm like, oh, well, that's
That's why I didn't watch. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know why I didn't watch it? There's too many women.
Too many.
I think we can't talk about this. It's going to go into a line, but I think she's using this movement to, to make money off of it
But she was legitimately sexually assaulted too.
by her manager or whatever she
Yeah.
says.
She was like,
Well, that
she was an
sucks.
early goer. Yeah.
If that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
If it's true, that sucks.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't there, but I'm hearing you out because that's what you should be doing. You should be listening. And then
What did you just say?
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's get out of here. I want to go to the store.
All right, we're going to take off. I got to put on some pants. It's literally, I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts.
You'll see.
I'm wearing shorts. It's
It is
January.
magnificent.
I got good calves.
I ain't talking about the calves, bro.
I have good calves. I bet you if I shaved my legs, they'd look pretty good.
I concur.
But you know what's really good, though? I'm so hairy everywhere else. I just leave it. So I look sort of like a tree.
I want you to shave your legs and let me have it, and I'll add it to my legs or my pubical region.
Oh my
you know
God.
I love a good mane.
Yeah. You know the mighty Boosh? He's the mighty Bush.
Mighty Boosh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot about that show.
Yeah.
That show was amazing.
Well, here you go.
Fucking A, I'm going to look that up tonight when I get home.
Got you covered.
That show was absolutely amazing.
I am a pop culture phenomenon, I think.
Yeah, you're going to be.
Yeah,
We're going viral.
All right. We're going to see you guys next week. By then, we should have billions of fans the way we did this.
Vaginal viralitis. That's what we're going to be to the world.
Yeah.
We're going to be the yeast infection that the planet just cannot scrape off.
No. Yeah. If you're itchy anywhere, it's in this podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. You just, I don't know, reflect on those words and you figure out what it means.
Think about it.
And then figure out what it means to you.
Yeah,
and then please tune in next week anyways.
And then explain it to us.
Yeah. Tweet at us for that. We don't. Hashtag huh?
Yeah, hashtag what the fuck?
All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.